Hi, everybody. This is Royce Eddings. Royce in the house. I want to thank you for joining my first podcast, my first ever podcast. I've been looking forward to doing this for a long time. We've been unboxing vinyl albums for 4 months now. And we've done a couple of live shows, and now we finally have a podcast. And the whole idea is we just want to have fun. We want to talk about music. We want to show vinyl, and basically just have fun. So that's what we're here tonight to do, is to have a good time. My focus on the albums that I'm going to unbox, the single album, is Bob Marley. I've got my RASTA beats on. I've brought my George Kalkoff made me this. He's an artist that makes a lot of art for this show. He made me this for the Jimi Hendrix, and it's Bob Marley, one of my favorite entertainers. And I love Bob Marley's music. I can't tell you how much fun I've had listening to Bob Marley. Bob Marley is the go-to guy on the construction site when we want to laugh. We listen to Bob Marley's music. We interject our own lyrics. We put each other's names into the songs, and it gets just hilarious sometimes. We have a great time unboxing Bob Marley. But what I'm going to do now is introduce my esteemed guests. We have a great bunch of people here. Okay, we all know Pat Lucero, the Wizards Lair. We all know rock vocalist Michael McVeigh. We all know Jason Herndon. We may not all know Jason Herndon, but Jason's got a couple of his own podcasts. He's got Kiss My Collectibles. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
And Kiss My Wax Records.
Right. It's a record label.
So Jason's got a couple of his own podcasts, and of course, Mikey Rastaman Vibrations, Michael Altini. He's here. Also. So,
yeah, man, go on, brothers.
What up, man?
Yeah, man.
To Royce in the house.
Man.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Lots of peace and love, brothers. And we're
Peace
gonna be
and love.
talking about
The real
Jamaica.
Pokemon.
Yeah, man.
Pokemon.
and that's what we're here for. We really hope this is entertaining. I'm gonna start with a little Jamaica story, and we'll leave everybody on. But Betty and I went to Jamaica. A friend of ours was a photojournalist. She got hired at MTV to interview rappers and rock stars and stuff. At the time, rap was huge. She was interviewing a lot of rappers back there in New York at MTV. Well, she got married. The guy she married, him and his friends had put a pilot show together for MTV. And if the pilot show had gone over well and people enjoyed it, then they were going to get hired to do, additional seasons. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But so we all went to Jamaica to Andrea's wedding. And, oh my God, I was kind of unprepared for Jamaica, to be quite honest with you.
Royce, what year was this?
What year was it? It was in the like 2002, I think. I think it was about 2002. Yeah.
I can't look at Mikey.
You know what? I was going to ask my wife that before the show started, and they didn't. But so
Okay, gotcha.
We get to Jamaica, and the crazy thing is, Mikey goes there twice a year. But we get to Jamaica, and everybody there is selling, weed and every other drug in the world. And so we go down to that. We take a shuttle to the beach, and it was really a kind of a trip because 200 feet up from the beach we were walking on, there was just a row of bars. I mean, there must have been 100 of them, and each bar had an imaginary line on both sides of it that came all the way down to the beach, and all of those were separate territories. And every time you crossed from one territory to the next, another guy selling drugs would come running down the beach with a bag and try to sell you something. Hey, you want to buy some weed? You want to buy some Viagra? You want to buy this? You want to buy that? And you go, no. Well, then buy a joint for $2. And you go, well, no, thanks, bro. And he'd be like, then give a brother $2, man. And they start getting mad at you, So eventually I had to use the restroom. I hike up to the bathroom. I go inside and I hear these shoes shuffling as I come through the door. Like it's look down at the ground. I see a couple of guys moving rather quickly right up behind me. And so I rushed to the other end of the bathroom, planted my back up against the wall. I figured at the very least I wanted to see it coming, whether that was a good idea or not. you know. And so I put my back up against the wall like I might have a fighting chance, or better than getting hit over the head, right? So I put my back against the wall, and the two guys walk up. They're wearing suits. I mean, everybody else there is wearing jeans and tank tops.
Like the Jamaican mob?
Like the Jamaican mob. So they walk up to me, and they look at each other, and one of them says, you want to buy an 8-ball? And I go, no, thank you. I appreciate you, I appreciate you recognizing the fact that I'm cool, but I don't really want to buy any cocaine,
Is there a pool hall close or something?
Yeah, what was with 8-ball?
Yeah. And he goes, well, how about a half? And I go, no, man, I thank you. And,
Mikey's got a half.
One of them looks at the other one. One of them pulls out a bag and unties the knot on top. The other one sticks a knife in it that's about, that long. And here I'm thinking I'm a little bit safe with my back against the wall. Within a few minutes, there's a knife like 12 inches long, 3 inches from my throat with cocaine on it. They're going, here, try it, it's good. Try it, it's good. So that's probably the craziest story I have.
So
did you try it? You didn't say
I'm not like that. I just forgiveness and anyway.
He kind of just left that part out.
So anyway,
wait a second. How did you say no to these guys?
no, thank you.
Yeah.
And they just said, "Oh, okay."
Exactly.
Well, I was wearing a tank top, and I've been working out. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So now we're talking Juicy Royce.
The next day, Betty and I get on a shuttle and go to another beach. And who's waiting there when the shuttle arrives? But our bartender from the night before that was serving us drinks. He goes, "Let me show you the real Jamaica, not the one
man.
the real Jamaica, man." And we're like, "Well, hey, why not? It's our bartender. We had a good time with him last night." So he races us past all the monuments, barely makes note or mention of them. We wind up in a bar and alley with all kinds of seedy stuff going on outside the windows. He has me buying all his friends red striped Jamaican beer, right? And then he finally says, he goes, "Listen, you keep my boys happy with the red stripe. I'll be right back." I go, "Okay." So I'm buying everybody beer, and the drinks are all on me. What else are you gonna do? You're in an alley in Jamaica. And finally, he comes back in after about 30 minutes. He goes, "Put your hands under the table." And I put my hands on the table, and wow!
Hey now.
He slaps a big old bag of weed into my hand. He goes, "Give me $80." And I'm like,
give me $8.
I looked over at Betty for some kind of approval or whatever. She goes, and she's about to have a heart attack. We're going to jail for the rest of our lives in Jamaica, right? And I'm going, no, it's okay. Well, give me 40 for half, It's like, the same old thing. Well, give me $2 for a joint. Well, help a brother out. Give me $2 anyway.
Help a brother out.
Wouldn't that have been funny if he would have went, "Hold on a second," and he pulls out a pen and clicks it and goes, "And who do I make this out to?"
But anyway, Jamaica, I mean, I got to be honest, as crazy as it was, and maybe because it was so crazy, we've been talking about going back ever since, And I actually loved that place, I had a great time in Jamaica. Everywhere we went, it was...
Sounds real fun.
I'll tell you, Jamaica it's a blast. It's a blast. You got to use your head. Now there's a newer airport now, but when I started going in '89, it was a shack, okay? And you landed there, and as soon as you got off the plane and you go in there, there's some guy saying, "All right, you want to buy something? You want to buy something?" And
right.
I always say I'm Canadian. For some reason, when you say you're Canadian, they leave you alone.
That's what I heard. That was kind of amazing.
Yeah. So, but there'd be stupid asses, the rednecks.
Hey.
Easy now.
That didn't take that long, did it?
Right. So anyway, they see like a bag of weed, like for
you guys
$50.
keep talking. I'm trying to send somebody a link right now. It's not working. Okay, I better get out of here before I have an accident.
An accident.
Anyway, I tried to send somebody a link, and it's not. I don't want to drop the whole show or something. Okay, so let's all come back in. Okay, here we go, folks. We're back.
Okay, we're back.
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, Mikey, tell us another.
Mikey's got an interesting story.
All right, so
Yeah.
now, so the rednecks, right? They see a bag of weed like for $50, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Because they got these giant stems in them. Little do they know, they go into the bathroom, they buy it from the guy. Then the guy comes out. You go to your bus. The guy goes to his partner, who's a cop. He says, "There's the guy I sold it to." The cop goes and grabs that guy. Says, "You just bought weed." He says, "You're under arrest." He gives the weed back to the original guy. Okay.
What?
So now the guy got $50 and weed. He's happy. The cop takes him to the Negril jail, right?
Oh my God!
You pay a $500 fine to get out. Okay.
Wow, easy scam.
Yeah, they got a good little operation going there.
That's why they call it
Well,
Scamaica.
Scamaica. Yeah, man.
So now
Well,
you don't have to worry about that anymore. Now you got to worry about when you go to the hotels. The hotel people sell your name and your phone number
Oh wow!
to these criminals that do this lottery scam. They're the ones that call you up and tell you won the lottery. If you give them $5,000,
The weed lottery.
that's what you got to watch out for now.
Jason's.
Yeah, you got to watch your back.
What did I walk into?
Right.
But anyway, so listen, when you're in Jamaica, right? You're walking along the beach. They have all these vendors.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And they sell great wooden carvings, right? That's their main deal is they make these wooden carvings. Now let me just show you what I bought in Jamaica.
Okay, good.
Ooh, we get show and tell today.
I've been looking for a sun and a moon thing. I've seen it all throughout Jamaica, but every time I went to get one, I couldn't get it. So anyway, this is what I got.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm.
Right? Isn't this great? So I was in
that's cool.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
I was at somebody's wedding, a Canadian wedding actually, and
A Canadian wedding in Jamaica.
right. So nobody asked us if we wanted drugs, right? So anyway, I wanted to get this thing, and I
Is that thing hollow? Did you ever check and see what's in it?
It's solid, man.
Let's do what's in it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's weed in it.
It's got weed inside of it.
I hear something shaking like sand or something. It sounds a little.
That's your brain.
It's actually a bong.
Oh.
So this is what happens with Jamaicans. They give you a number, but they really want half of that, right? If you say they started out at $100 with it, right? But
So
the
it's like
guy's-
being in Mexico.
yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
But he's looking for 50. So the way
Right.
I approach was, I look at it. He knows I'm interested, and he goes, "Oh man, you want it? I want to get, how much? I think I'm going to charge you $100. What do you think?" And I'd say, out of respect, I'd have to tell you, I really want it, but I can't afford that. But I know it's worth $100. So now he feels great about himself. Anyway, you go back and forth, back and forth. They got it for $20.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Whole different economy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So when,
Those places
Well,
are
wait, Mikey. What about the fish story?
Royce, you said that when you went to Jamaica, you were looking for the nude beach.
Oh boy, here we go.
What?
Well, yeah, I wasn't telling my wife that. I just let's go to this beach and let's get a high.
She's not listening.
Jason, cover your eyes.
Yeah.
We walked for miles. I never found it. Well, after that ordeal in the bathroom, I was pretty much done.
Pretty shaky now.
I didn't care about the beach anymore.
Well, the place is in Jamaica. You could be nude on the beach if you
Yeah.
but it's mostly topless. But where I go was hedonism too, which was it's a half nude, half not resort,
Right.
and that's what you were looking for, Royce, I believe.
I believe you're correct. Yeah.
So do you just put a sock halfway up?
I hear
No, Mikey can't do that. Pat, he uses a Band-Aid.
Oh,
you
Sorry to
hear
hear
all these stories about nudity at these motorcycle runs at these beaches, and it's like, oh hey, we're at the Laughlin River Run. Did you know Thursday was topless day out at Oatman, a little mining camp, and everybody jumps on their bikes. And I tell you what, all those stories I've heard, I've never seen anybody even topless.
Really?
and you're from Vegas?
Well, no, I'm not saying ever. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You're hearing these,
Glad you clarified that.
yeah. When you're hearing these stories,
Damn, he's
like,
sheltered.
It's topless Thursday, or it's nude on the beach. You know, if I'm there, they must know I'm coming. They'll be, you know.
Whoa.
Whoa, watch out for that. So in Jamaica, I would take 2 trips a year. One in January or February with my son, right? And then I'd go in April to hedonism with my people. And run around naked.
I can tell, your people.
Yeah.
So one day I'm in the water and we're all hanging out talking and shit. And these fish like start coming like near us, which is kind of weird, man.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah.
Well, I thought you had a minnow.
Yeah, when you're not wearing anything, and there's.
That's right. So I'm going, what the hell are these fish going to do?
They saw the worm wiggling.
They see exactly.
Well, that's what you're worried about. Yeah.
I'm floating in the, I'm floating. It's floating in the water, okay. And the tide's taking it back and forth. I guess it looks like another fish. When I dip a fish,
A microfish.
and boom, the fish bites my dick.
Oh.
I still got the mark on it. It's like
Please don't show us.
Yeah.
Yes.
No demonstration.
Okay, all right.
And that's why they call him Fish Dick. Boy, this went downhill, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and unbox my Bob Marley album.
All right,
There we go.
let's do this.
All right, let me. Okay. So I'm gonna go large here. Okay.
That's what she said.
Bob Marley. I love Bob Marley. Like I said, the funnest time I ever had on the construction site was when Bob Marley was playing. I mean, to give you an example, we would substitute each other's names in the lyrics. We got to know them all so well, and it got to the point where somebody could say one word and you fell against the wall laughing because you knew what the rest of the punchline was. And I mean, let me give you an example. It's like Buffalo Soldier. I love that song, Buffalo Soldier. If we were on a job site, I might say, Buffalo, oy vey, dreadlock lizard, Buffalo, oy vey, coming to America. And Altini says, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. I mean, it was just that silly, and it went on just day after day. It's a little wonder I probably walked away from that job with very little left. But we just, I can't help myself. We have to have fun when we're working, and it was never more fun than when we were listening to Bob Marley. Now, Bob Marley is the most famous person from Jamaica. He's number one. In fact, his son Ziggy Marley, who I saw in concert at the Pozo Saloon, just 30 miles from here, out in the middle of nowhere. And they have Willie Nelson brings like 20 big youth buses in. They do Willie Nelson and Friends, and Bob Marley came out. I saw Snoop Dogg there. There's a funny story about the Snoop Dogg one too. I can't remember the name of that.
Did he try to sell you a bag?
Huh?
Did he try to sell you a bag?
No,
$4.
They were inviting us to the after party at the Ziggy Marley concert. And then all of a sudden they forgot about us and we didn't get to go. But anyway, so we have that's exactly right. So Bob Marley I'm a big fan of Bob Marley, and I brought with me this. I took the shrink wrap off because the glare gets so bad on it. It says 75th anniversary, and technically, and I'll put that back on a nicer plastic cover that I put on here that you can slide on and off. So 75th anniversary actually commemorates 75th birthday of Bob Marley.
Oh.
And this happens to be the 30th anniversary album as well. And it's a pretty popular album. It's been around for a little while. And there's something special about this one. We'll get to that in a second here. It is a really cool gatefold here. And I try to keep this out of the glare. And there's some really nice stuff that's written here. And I'm not going to read it all, but I do want to read a little bit of it. If I can find some glasses and enough light to see.
Royce, you said that's a live album, right?
No, it's not a live album.
It's not. Okay.
Legend.
It's like a compilation.
It's
Okay.
legend.
Compilation. That's exactly
Oh,
right.
okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So I want to read this top one here. Um, let's see. The influence of Bob Marley is very hard to measure. He reached people of all ages and nationalities with his, inspirational songs. His music has already gone down in history, and songs like "No Woman, No Cry," "Steer It Up," "Little Darling," "Redemption Song." I love every one of these songs, to be honest with you. Will always be remembered by millions of people across the globe. Although the size of the influence may be, hard to gauge, there is no doubt. It's kind of dark in here. There is no doubt that it has been huge and will continue for many, many years to come. Sir Paul McCartney.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Sir Paul McCartney. And there's another one down here by Stevie Wonder. It's like 3 paragraphs long. And then we have more over on the other side. I mean, this is just awesome, man. I love this album. Some stuff here by Christopher John Farley. Starts out, I once interviewed another Bob, last name Dylan. And that's a cool story, too. I'll read a couple lines of it. I once interviewed another Bob, last name Dylan. And during our conversation, I mentioned that I thought that Marley's music was proof that that political songwriting could have a long-term impact. Dylan pushed back in his chair like I had pushed him and said, "Bob Marley's music isn't political," Dylan told me. "Bob Marley's music is universal." Anyway, all these accolades for Bob Marley, and then pictures on the back, songs on the back. I mean, I love Bob Marley. This is fantastic stuff here, and I'm going to turn this around. It's probably going to be in the lighting that I'm using here right now. It's probably going to be a lot easier to read the songs, and then I'll show the vinyl. Read the songs off the album cover. It's a little larger. Okay, so side one, which is it's a 2-album set, so side one's always first, and it's like, "Is This Love?" And that's a great song. "No Woman, No Cry."
I think David Coverdale said that.
"Could You Be Loved?"
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah. "Three Little Birds," "Buffalo Soldier,"
Buffalo Soldier,
"Dreadlock Wizard," and Altini said, okay, I already covered that. Okay, "Get Up, Stand Up." That's a great song. I mean, this is the greatest hits, and this guy's got a huge body of work.
Wow.
"Steer It Up, Little Darling, Steer It Up." That's a fantastic. I love that song. "Easy Skanking." I don't remember that one for some reason. Easy Skanking. I don't have a lot to say about that one. So from Buffalo Soldier to Easy Skanking was side 2. So we'll go to the second album now, which is going to be side 3. "One Love, People Get Ready." Then we have "I Shot the Sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. Sheriff John Brown always hated me.
For what? I don't know.
I don't know. Every time I plant the seed," he said, "kill it before it grows."
Before it grows.
So I shot the shit. I love that song, man. Who hasn't done? Clapton did that. I don't know how many people have done that song.
Jesus, Royce, you're starting to make me want to smoke a big ass blunt.
And I don't even smoke weed.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
All of a sudden, I want Funyuns.
Yeah.
Song 3, "Waiting in Vain." Song 4. I mean, this is just epic.
Jason's making a sandwich right now.
"Redemption Song." What
That's a good one.
song.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's a
God,
great
I
song.
love "Redemption Song." I mean, there's a lot of meaning to some of these. I mean, these people, Rasta wasn't real complimentary towards us, Rastafarian type. I mean, they were enslaved at one time. There's a lot to be said about that, but I probably won't be saying it. Okay, "Satisfy My."
Hey, Jason, that's got to be on the one of the top records that people constantly order from you, right?
Constantly. Yeah, there's I keep waiting for him to, when he gets to the color of the vinyl, I just wonder, I don't want to spoil it, I just wonder what version of it that he has. So
Okay, yeah, no, I'm getting there.
Uh-oh,
It's
here
a
we go.
version of my beads here, you know. I wore these in Jamaica, I think that's why they thought I was kind of one of them, you know.
What do you mean,
I
one of
also,
them?
I also had my big shark's tooth on too. You do that and put a hat on backward, they just know you get stoned, you know. I mean, okay, so next, Satisfy My Soul. Then we have Exodus. I love that song. Exodus is a great song.
Killer band, too.
Jammin', I really want to jam it in you. We're jamming.
Whoa. Whoa.
Hey, hey.
Easy, Roy. Easy.
on the jamming.
That,
am I again?
that song really lends itself to the construction site. Yeah.
I bet.
That's the slogan for a San Francisco slumber party.
Doo-doo.
We really want. Okay. Then Funky Reggae Party. That's the last one.
Yeah,
Okay,
funky reggae.
I'm gonna pull out the first album. Okay.
That's not a catchphrase, folks.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Ah,
Wow.
What color is that?
it's like a lifesaver.
You know what?
Oh, wow.
It's like, Pat, it's like red, yellow, and green.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's right. Those are the Rasta colors. I mean, I've got them on my beads. I've got them on my.
Let me ask you something, Royce. If you were to light the vinyl,
Huh? Okay. If I was to what?
if you were to light that vinyl, would it? Never mind.
Yeah.
Would it smell like hemp?
Maybe, you know.
That is a
Anyway,
good
Rasta
idea.
I just, you know, when I saw this, I've had this for 6 months. I've been waiting to unbox it on another show.
Wow.
But I did so poorly on the competition, I never got a chance, you know. Maybe I would have done better if I'd have brought it out sooner. Anyway,
Timing's everything, my friend.
Timing is everything, yeah. Well, I'm getting a chance now. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this. I've gotten so much vinyl over the last several months. Got a couple of stores. You know, timing is like you just said the golden words. Timing is everything. I don't want to
That's
talk
right.
about it right now, but there's some interesting timing coming up for next week. I mean, what the hell? I'll mention it. It's the 12th anniversary of Michael Jackson's death. So if you can only imagine,
Has it really already been 12 years?
there's going to be 20 million hits
Wow.
on Google and on YouTube for Michael Jackson. So I say next weekend we do Michael Jackson.
Bring everybody back on.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me bring everybody back on. Boy, came in
I
here.
was starting to feel alone.
We're just
I know.
we're just random voices in the air.
I was really doing this for you guys. I wanted to let you know that when it was your turn.
That's a fantastic looking record, though. It really is a nice
Oh my
package.
God! I'm telling you, man. Here's
Yeah.
the second one. I don't know that I needed to pull it out. It's not going to look a lot different. Well, it does look a little different. Anyway, all right. So that's my Jamaican unboxing. Okay.
Wow,
So,
very nice.
Very cool.
okay. Do we just want to go around, clockwise, or does
Sure.
anybody volunteer to go next, or how do you guys want to do this? I don't
Well,
care.
let's
Okay.
let Jason talk about the
Okay.
project that he's working on. How's that?
Oh, let's show all this stuff first. We can talk about that.
Jason's
after
is going to take a little bit.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
it won't take long. But
Well, no, but I meant that in a good way because it's a cool project.
yeah, thanks.
Absolutely.
Now, Michael, do you want the whole screen right now?
No, I like you bozos around me. Makes me feel loved. No, I got a new record. Okay,
Ooh,
one of the greatest rock bands from the '70s. One of the greatest rock bands. Period. Still touring. Still making new music. Ladies
Journey?
and gentlemen, Cheap Trick.
oh yeah.
Great record.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah, wow.
It's called In Another World. Pat, I think you got the picture disc version of this, don't you?
I do. Yes.
You
Hold on,
did,
let me
yeah.
grab it.
Nice. Great record. I'm just now getting a chance to really dive into it. But yeah, man, great stuff. So
The one thing I like about that record is that, I mean, sonically, it just sounds fantastic.
well,
You know,
the cool-
Robin's
it sounds,
voice.
yeah, it sounds like old Cheap Trick still.
Here's the picture disc, Royce.
Nice.
Oh,
This was
wow,
a
look at that.
this
Yeah.
was a Target exclusive, and I have to thank my lovely daughter Julia. She ordered this for me.
Hi,
so-
Julia.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
I
yeah.
love that.
So my guess is that this is already out of print,
Oh, you can't. I was just going to ask you if you could still get it.
I'm not quite sure, but you know, when the big stores say exclusive, man, they sell out pretty fast.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's weird though, because some of them do sell out. I mean, like we saw with like part of the Metallicas that were released at Walmart.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
3 of them you cannot find anymore.
Kill 'Em All is impossible almost.
But the Black Album is everywhere.
Yeah.
And you know, the Kiss exclusives that Walmart has done, I mean, from 2 or 3 Black Fridays ago, you can still go into Walmart and find those. So I don't understand.
I've seen some recently.
Oh, what I wanted to say is, I'm sorry, is this was an online only, so you couldn't get it.
Okay.
So you couldn't walk into the store and get it.
Yeah, because I couldn't find it. I looked for it.
Gotcha.
Online only.
Okay.
Gotcha. So if anybody knows that, you know, there still could be some out there.
Hey, chatters, my friends, anybody that's in the chat and is near a thumbs up button, don't be afraid to hit it. I would really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, and hi, everybody. I'm sorry. I haven't been able to really look at those, but
Yeah.
love you guys.
Can you guys see the chat now?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
we can't respond
This
to
was,
it.
this was a learning experience. It's almost a miracle it actually went off.
Mikey feels the same way on certain things like that.
I'll tell you, you can respond if you do it on your phone.
Yeah.
So Altini, you got some new records over the past couple of months, right?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Woody Allen wants his hat back, Mike.
Don't you think I look like Father Mulcahy from Man?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
I was waiting for one of you guys to say something stupid like.
Dun 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 dun.
Anyway, look, here's
Dun dun
another
dun
one of
dun.
my carvings that I got them to do. This was the Kiss Dynasty. I gave him the album cover. I said, make it for me, and this is how it came out.
Were they asleep?
Wow.
It looked like a kid did it, right? It took the guy like 10 days to do this. Anyway,
Damn.
Oh, it's
That's a lot-
beautiful, man.
that's a lot
Wait
of
till you
weed.
see it.
Yeah.
this one, and then I didn't like it, so he said he'd make another one. So this one,
And if that one wasn't bad, check this one out.
anyway, hey, I picked up
That's
a Bob
funny.
Marley. Get this right here. Here we
Would
go.
you-
Bob Marley live at the Rainbow.
Oh, whoa.
77.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Very cool.
Live at the Rainbow.
A rainbow. Which rainbow are you talking about?
I friggin' don't know, man.
It's got to be the
In
LA.
London. In London.
Oh, in London. Okay.
Oh, in London. Okay.
Here's the insert. And,
That's a cool photo, man.
Wow, that is a really cool photo. Yeah.
And it has like little blips from his lyrics and stuff. The one lyric that sticks in my mind forever and ever is emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. That sticks with me. I mean,
That's pretty
Yeah.
deep.
that is deep.
Yeah.
Man. What a genius lyric that is. So
Right.
anyway. So here, this
No,
is
he has
what,
some genius lyrics. Yeah.
so here it is. Pretty heavy to.
Well, did he write all of his lyrics?
Oh yeah.
There was no co-writing there?
Oh well, there's Toots, right?
Oh.
Toots, from Toots and the Maytals.
Mhm.
Toots did a lot of that too. But you know what? I was wondering about the sleeve, right? The
Mhm.
sleeve has like a plastic liner on the inside that comes out.
Yeah.
Really?
Is that like the new,
that's cool.
the new thing? with records?
Anti-static.
Jason, who's the maker of that one? There's one brand that's really good of those.
Mobile Fidelity makes
That's it.
the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, that's
anti-static intersleeve.
Oh, those are
Oh, nice.
they're nice.
I need to buy some sleep.
They're expensive, but they're worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You
hard
can get them for about $20 a pack of
Yeah,
50.
Oh, really? I
Okay.
thought they were more than that.
No.
Dan
Okay.
McNew, just the
That's
facts
how
told
we
me
got
about
the
those.
guilt like for Big Bamboo. But anyway, so here on this one you got Trenchtown Rock, Rebel Music, Rebel Music, and Burning and Loot. This one I never even heard this song. Them
How's it go,
bellies
Mikey?
full, but we hungry. That's
We hungry?
That was for Mike May. The Heathen, I Shot the Sheriff, War No More. Crazy Bald Head, that must be about me.
Crazy bald head
Crazy Bald Head running away. Yeah, that's me.
in cargo shorts.
because a fish bit him.
Yeah. Fish bite, fish bite.
No woman, no cry. Lively up yourself. And jamming, get up, stand up, and Exodus. It's
No fish, no bite.
I love all three of those songs.
I'll give you, and the sound on here is unbelievable.
Cool. I'll have to check that one out.
And what year is that?
It
You
was
know?
not-
It said 77.
77, right?
was the recording.
Oh, wow.
Was released this week.
Oh, okay. So that is a new release.
Exclusive Walmart.
Nice.
You know?
Is that
Not
colored
right.
vinyl too, or no?
No. But this one, hold on.
But there's more.
Wait, but there's more.
Yeah. Tell them what they've won, Pat.
If you act now,
Your supply of Eskimo pie.
That's right.
What do you call it? Royce had the special edition album. This
Yeah.
is just the regular
Oh,
ass
wow.
album.
The
The
30
regular ass album. Is that what you said?
Right,
Yeah.
the regular ass album. But
Regular.
this is the vinyl.
Oh,
Oh,
I
wow.
like that. It's like a mustard yellow.
Mustardy yellow. Yellow.
Yeah, and look
Yeah.
at the ring. Look at the ring in the center has the Rasta colors.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Right?
Yeah, that is way cool.
Yes.
Love it.
This is a
That's
heavy
great.
record.
Hey, Jason, wouldn't that be cool if they made a scratch and sniff cover?
Man, I was thinking that
You get high.
when you were talking about smoking the record, I was thinking, man, you can press. I mean, like, there's a thing now where when people die and they get cremated, you can press
Okay.
ashes,
yeah.
What?
records into ashes.
You mean I
Yeah,
can
so
finally
you-
make a record?
You could,
Yeah.
right. So you could probably,
I never hear it.
press a record.
Wow. That'd be really limited edition.
I know, man.
Yeah, no kidding. That's
Ugh.
crazy, Jason.
That's
I've never
wild.
heard anything
Probably
like
get
that.
one play
Yeah.
out of that thing, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would assume that they probably mix it with some kind of, your vinyl resin, probably clear, and
Why
you
is
have
your needle smoking?
your
Yeah.
ash, your ashes inside of it. So
What's that?
That'd be the name of the album.
Dad, what's that
Ashes.
funny smell? And why is your needle smoking?
Gray vinyl.
But
Right. Right.
think about Jamaica again. Every Jamaican who just smokes cigarettes, they will come up and ask you for a cigarette, even if they don't
Right.
smoke.
Really? Why?
Fuck knows. They what do you call it? They ask you for a cigarette, but they'll never ask you for a light. Because if
Oh,
they
wow.
ask you for a light, then the other Jamaicans will call them a joker smoker.
You know way too much about this, Mikey.
They go in there two times a year for like 20 years, man. It's it's
Wow.
in my blood.
You know, some of those islands is just such a completely different culture. We went to St. Thomas, and there'd been, I think it was Hurricane Marilyn that just kind of wiped out St. Thomas. And my wife's brother went there working for FEMA to write up all these loans and grants. He get paid per write up, and he could just blow right through. He's doing really good. And so Betty and I, it's just funny. I was in the blues. I joined the Blues Society in San Luis Obispo. I was going to all the blues concerts, and they decided to have a blues cruise. All the acts on the cruise, 7-day cruise, were going to be blues acts. So we went on this blues cruise, and we wound up at St. Thomas. And my brother-in-law says, "Now listen, guys. These people, you don't want to get off the beaten track. These people will slit your throat. Now they recognize my car. I'm FEMA. I'm bringing money. They like me. They leave me alone, And he goes, to give you an example of how different it is here. He says, I was talking to some, guy in the, an islander, and I said, hey, the island's 22 miles long. I said, well, what's over on the other side? You go over there much? He goes, no, Mom, I've never been on the other side of the island. And Joey goes, it's 22 miles long. You've never been on. What for? Everything I want is right here. And that just kind of blew my mind that the guy didn't want to travel 22 miles to see the other side of the island. I don't get stuff like that, but different
If
culture.
you ever want to get anything done, don't count on that. They say 3 o'clock. That's 3 o'clock island time. There could be any time between
Right.
3 o'clock and tomorrow. You know, that they'll show up and then, oh, okay, I'll do it for you. I'll be back. And then he comes back 3 days later.
Right.
Royce, when you went to St. Thomas, was that in the 80s?
Let's see. Give me a minute here. It was somewhere between, I'm going to say, 88 and 90, right in that range. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so you probably were there during Hurricane
Maryland, whatever that was.
No, Hurricane Maryland.
Yeah,
That was
it really tore the islands up. One of the islands we went to didn't have a beach anymore. All the sand was gone, and they rebooked it someplace else, and everything was just kind of a mess. But, oh well. At least there was some pretty good blues acts and a little casino inside, so we could entertain ourselves a little bit, you know.
And you know, St. Thomas is an American.
Yeah, it's U.S. Virgin Islands.
That's right.
I've never been to Jamaica, but I got married in St. John.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Took the ferry over.
Right. Yeah, I had to. I landed on one side of St. Thomas, drove all the way over to the other side, took the ferry over to St. John.
Yes, and for people who don't know, when you go to St. Thomas, you have to drive on the opposite side of the road.
That's correct. Even though it's an American territory, you have to drive.
Wow.
The steering wheel is on the correct side.
That's right.
You're driving on what they call the correct side.
Yeah, we rented a Jeep and had to do that.
Well,
It's kind of scary. I lived there for a bit. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to sound old here for 1 second, but when you go to these places, right? Do you have to use traveler's checks? Is that still a thing?
Oh, Grandpa!
No, that's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
I mean, I guess it could be a thing, but no. No.
Okay.
When you're in the U.S. Virgin Islands, it's the U.S. dollar. You just spend your
Same with Jamaica.
card,
Same with Jamaica, right?
Jamaica's British, right?
No, Jamaican's Jamaican.
Oh, they're sovereign.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're their own country. Now, in the islands, no matter what, they have their own currency, right? But everybody takes the American dollar.
Right.
They actually have the American dollar over anything else. I remember my Canadian friends trying to buy something in Jamaica. They go, no, man, give us American dollars.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because isn't the dollar worth more in that currency, our currency, or no?
Say our dollar's worth 600 J, which is 600 Jamaican dollars.
Right.
But a bowl of soup costs like 2,000 Jamaican dollars.
Right.
Damn.
Oh my God.
But it's only really $3 off. You know what I'm saying?
Jeff said, "Do they take Bitcoin?"
They may.
They probably do now.
What's up, Jeff?
But that traveler's checks, I can't believe you said that. You know, the mob used to. There was a scam with the traveler's checks.
Yep.
You'd steal traveler's checks, you'd cash them in, and by the time they found out it was stolen, it was too late.
Oh wow.
Everybody made money,
Oh,
so
man.
they
Right.
got rid of traveler's checks.
So traveler's checks isn't a thing anymore.
Nah,
Nah,
Tommy Karate and Company. They
I think you can still
capitalized
get them, but hey, Royce ejected Pat.
Yes.
Well,
Quit
no,
asking that shit.
No,
Yeah, you ask about traveler's check, you
Just
got.
add him back go to the bottom and add him back to the stream.
no, he's not on the bottom. He's not there.
Oh, maybe Pat ejected himself.
Pat-
No, he did that the other day. His phone messed up or something.
I would never eject Pat.
Traveler's checks.
Get out of here!
You know what? I swear to I think that if you went and had a traveler's check somewhere, nobody would even know how to cash it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now, yeah, I haven't even heard of traveler's checks in years.
Right?
Crazy
So
that,
everybody credit cards. They even have credit cards for kids now.
Sure.
On Chase Bank has debit cards for children.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wait. What's the difference in? Wait, say that again. You said debit cards for children.
Yes.
What's the difference?
I'm sure it's a debit card that has so many restrictions on it.
Right.
Like they
Okay.
can't go to the ATM.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Well, that would make sense.
They can't
They
spend
pay
above
for
a
their
certain amount.
lunch
Yeah.
in
Okay.
school.
How crazy is it that the wizard disappeared? That's just crazy.
I texted Carol to
Get him
Find
Maybe
back.
I had to pee.
I don't know what happened. I didn't do it. Come on.
He'll be back.
Come on.
Wait a minute. According to J-Ro, Hurricane Marilyn was in 72 and destroyed 171 million in damage.
Wow.
So I
Well,
don't
you
think
know
you were
what?
there in '72,
It wasn't
bro.
72. I was still in
No.
Las Vegas then. I hadn't even met my
I
wife
think
yet.
you went to when it was Hurricane Hugo.
Hey, Pat.
There he is.
I thought it was Maryland. I assume she's correct, but for some reason, all these years I've been saying Hurricane Maryland. I don't know.
Better stop smoking that shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. So, Pat, what did you get new?
Well, there are quite a few things.
That was great.
I'd like to
Good segue,
start,
huh?
yeah, I'd like to start off by saying that the Wizards Lair actually has
Ah,
these in stock right now. There was a small warehouse find, and Mark was glad to sign them. So if anybody's interested, you can head over to the Wizards Lair and pick up a signed copy.
very cool.
Okay? And these are out of print, by the way. It's this is the silver edition.
Yep.
And he signed it in silver right there. So, so that's in stock. But the grand poobah of the evening is this really cool Triumph 40th anniversary box set that came out on Record Store Day.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
And this thing is real thick.
Oh, look at
Wow.
that. Look at that.
I mean, just
that's at least an inch thick.
Hang on. That big of a box for 3 albums?
what do you mean 3 albums?
Did you say 3 albums?
No, well, there are 3 records in here. Yes.
Oh,
There's got to
But-
be some booklets and stuff.
Okay,
too.
but
That would be 3 albums.
There's other stuff in there,
yeah,
too.
so there's other stuff in here.
I was
So
going to
you
say,
get-
because that's a
you
big
get-
box.
You get a 45.
Nice.
Okay. I don't know what color it is because it's still sealed. I haven't.
Now, is this
haven't-
U.S. press, Pat?
Wow.
This is U.S. press, and Jason, these were very limited, correct?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Very limited. If I was on my other computer, I could tell you exactly how many, but I don't
Okay.
It's not many.
Maybe 500, 1,000?
No, I think it was probably 1,500, 1,000
Wow.
or 1,500 or
That's
something.
not a lot when you consider a band
Yeah.
like that.
You get a replica backstage pass.
Cool.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's nice. I believe this is the replica of the tour book.
Gosh.
You know,
Sounds
so
like something we want to do, Pat.
well, don't yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah.
You know, so it's jam packed with great photos and stuff.
Did they put any of the US Festival stuff on there?
I think there are some photos in there, and then there's this other booklet, okay, and it's really cool. I'm trying to hold on here. You get to the last page, and there's a folder on the inside right there. Can you see that?
Yeah. What is
Okay,
that, like
so-
a press kit?
Well, it's Rick Emmett does a lot of drawings,
Yeah.
and they put in 3 replica drawings
Oh,
in
cool.
there,
Very cool.
and they also put in.
Yeah, didn't he used to do those drawings for Hit Parader? Was it Hit Parader he did them?
I think so,
Yeah.
and then handwritten lyrics.
Very cool.
And sorry about that. Let me get that out of here. Oh yeah, this is really nice here too. You get a giant tour poster.
Badass.
You know, thing folds out to, huge.
That's very cool.
You gonna put that on the wall?
Yeah, if I have room.
You gonna pull that jump poster down behind
That
you?
Yeah,
one-
take
yeah,
that,
that one-
take
take
that,
that one down.
stupid promo poster down.
And then they released Allied
Junk
Forces.
poster.
So this is So if I didn't say this is the 40th anniversary of the album Allied Forces. And so what they did, instead of making a regular colored vinyl or whatever, they did a picture disc
Oh.
Nice.
with complete different photos. 'Cause
I was going to
usually-
ask, is that like an original, was that like the original cover or something at one point, or something they
don't
were going
know.
to go with?
I don't know where this photo came from, but it's the original photo on the back. And inside you get a double album, live in Cleveland, I believe, right?
Yeah, Cleveland.
So
Very cool.
Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland, as Howard the Duck says.
That's right. That's why I said that.
You're from Cleveland.
Cleveland?
So this is a live album from the Allied Forces tour.
Very cool.
So I mean, if this is
Nice
any,
packaging.
Yeah, I mean, if this is any indication how well the people are making box sets these days, man, this is. I can't wait for someone else to make a box set. Anyway,
I wonder who else has a box set coming out.
so moving forward, I got to tell you guys, I haven't. This album really shocked me. This is the new Billy Gibbons Hardware album.
Oh, dude, that is great.
And let me tell you something. This is one fantastic record. I mean, I played this probably like 10 times the other day. I was so impressed with the songwriting,
The
songs,
production's
the
great.
production.
Yeah,
It's just really great. And this is the limited edition signed version.
nice.
And I believe
I tried to get it. They sold out, Pat.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the signed one.
On eBay now, $500.
Oh, yeah, probably,
exactly.
yeah.
From
Exactly.
the Wizards Lair.
And it's a colored vinyl. As
Well, that's
you can
nice.
Okay.
Flip that to the dude.
Oh yeah, check out the.
It's like it's like that. I don't know. It's like when you turn it in the light, it goes from yellow to orange.
Oh really?
It's
Oh, yeah.
bizarre
I
looking.
can see that. Wow.
Very cool.
That
because-
is crazy.
I
That
think
is,
I think some of that Jamaican stuff is running off on everyone.
it's like one of those
See,
paint
really
jobs.
crazy looking.
Depending on the angle you're looking at it.
See the colors, man. And coming up next, this is a fantastic record, you guys. I urge anybody to really go out and get this. This is Wolfgang Van Halen's Mammoth album.
Okay, what's it
Really,
called?
it's just Mammoth.
Now, he did all the instruments on that album, correct?
He did, and
Is that signed?
actually it is. This is the limited edition signed clear vinyl,
Killing me.
and
Danny Bond.
Buster!
yeah. So
Wow.
let
me guess, that's sold out now, I bet, the signed version.
I think it is. And here's show you the vinyl. It's just really clear.
That's bad. That's like that Fleetwood Mac vinyl. I love
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
I mean, really clear.
That's crazy.
Wow. Great
So,
stuff.
and he does a great tribute to his dad on the very last song, and the songwriting is really good. He sings really, really good. Really
Look,
good.
man, how can you not have a great album and everything else being Eddie and Alex's family? You know what I mean? Like, really.
I mean, the kid's talented. I mean, no doubt. And for his
Yeah.
first record, I can't wait to hear more from this guy.
Yeah.
And
Amazing, yeah.
last but not least, the new Paul Gilbert, Werewolves of Oregon.
London.
Oh,
Oregon. Portland.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Werewolves of Portland.
I wonder if
this
he
is
went to. I can't even remember the name of
to
the
Lee
place.
Hung Folks.
Yeah, that place.
But this is his latest solo album. It's all instrumental.
He has nice hair.
Yeah, he does. And this is on a colored vinyl too, as well.
Is there vocals on that, or is it just all instrumental?
It's all instrumental, so you would love it.
That's amazing.
So
Is that orange? Nice.
I think it's a red, like a
Like a red
maybe
orange.
like a like a red
Red orange.
red orange.
Yeah, I like that.
Or at least in this light, Pat.
Yeah. Really
Cool
great
label,
record.
though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did the
That's
drawing
that's
on it.
180 gram, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I could tell.
Yeah. If you're a fan of Paul Gilbert and you know him from Mr. Big and Racer X, he's done many solo albums and they're all really good. Usually he does some vocals on some of them, but this particular record is just all instrumental. Really good. Oh, and he played the drums
Cool.
on this too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure if he did the bass, but so that's the latest the stuff that I acquired,
Very cool.
and that's you can find this stuff pretty much anywhere these days.
I don't know
have a question.
Thank you, Linda.
I don't know if anybody saw. Yeah, thanks a lot, Pat. What an amazing display. I don't know if anybody saw. About 3 weeks ago, I unboxed some Van Halen, and in my research, I came across a video that Van Halen's father was playing guitar, and we talk about the two-hand tapping that Eddie kind of reveled. His dad in this old video was doing the tapping with two hands. It just blew my. I had to repost it. It just blew my mind completely.
Really?
Yeah, his parents were both musicians. And when they moved to America, I think Pasadena, nobody in the family spoke English.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. So they had to overcome that.
And at that time, I think Alex was playing guitar and Eddie was playing drums or something like that.
That's exactly right.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they were both playing piano because the dad was a session guy.
Their parents wanted them both to be concert pianists, and Eddie was actually getting kind of awards for being such a great pianist while he was taking lessons.
Yeah, I remember seeing a video where they were interviewing him, and he remembered everything just by memory. He didn't have sheet music, but when the sheet music was up there, he was playing so well that he didn't turn the page, and they were like, "Wait a second, what?"
Oh yeah, wasn't it like a year later his instructor?
yeah. He's like, you can't read music. He's like, no, I just play it.
Play it.
Well, you know what's funny? You mentioned that they switched roles. It started out Alex was going to be the guitar player, Eddie was going to be the drummer.
Yep.
Well, I told a little story when I unboxed the Beach Boys. I'm sure Don remembers this. That I think I was in 7th grade when the Safaris came out with. Oh my God, my memory's slipping here. Wipeout. Thank you, Don. Not the expert on this stuff. And everybody in school, all the boys at least, and some of the girls, if the teacher wasn't around, we were all playing Wipeout on our desks, And everybody, I swear to God, I mean, it may not have been the most technical drum solo in the world. It was the most popular drum solo in the world.
Oh, sure.
So one day I was playing Wipeout, and I was feeling pretty good about myself. I was kind of getting it down. My buddy Denny Perry walks in, sits next to me. Hey, Denny, check this out. I start playing Wipeout on my desk. He forms his hand like a C, puts it on the edge of his desk, and starts playing it with one hand better than I was playing.
Hey, don't do that again, Royce.
That's kind of the end of my drumming career, Yeah. So what I read was Eddie heard Alex play Wipeout of all things, and said, "That's it. You're the drummer, man. You're great." And then I heard that's when they switched roles. When Eddie heard Alex play Wipeout. Anyway.
Crazy.
Hey, good night to Joe. It's 4 a.m. in Great Britain.
Oh,
where?
Good night, Joe.
Good night, Joe.
Thanks for stopping in.
Coming on, man.
Hey, what JB said about Daddy Boggs' shirt? Was that?
Hey, how long is this show going to be? Because the shirt's a rental.
JB said, looking at this shirt, my guess is Daddy Bog was the one trying to sell you weed in Jamaica.
Damn.
Is that shirt Martinized?
I just want to say, Pat, your album unboxing was fantastic.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it was fun. Who wants to go?
I like to show stuff that's new and that's kind of new, old kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And a lot of this stuff that we're showing is pretty much repressing stuff.
Right.
And we all have a bunch of the old original vinyl stuff, and I'm sure at some point, if we ever come back again, we'll pull out some of the original stuff.
But you're speaking of old, first you're talking about Martinizing a shirt.
Yeah.
You're talking about
traveler's checks.
You're talking about Sucrets. What the hell is wrong?
Sucrets. Next he's going to be drinking a Zima.
You right?
I'll be drinking a Lowenbrow.
A 30-second break.
Grandpa,
my wife to do something.
Yeah.
Hey, did
Mike?
Did you see what Betty said about his trip to St. Thomas? She goes, "It could have been '79. I was still in high school."
Oh.
Damn it.
So, Jason, what do you got?
Well, I debated on what I was going to show, and these are kind of obscure, and these are licensed by a company over in Europe called Church of Vinyl.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? That's right. What's in the box?
I'm gonna open it.
Uh-oh.
So now everybody knows Dokken, but this is later Dokken stuff. This is 90s, early 2000s Dokken stuff.
Oh, they put out some more vinyl?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So there are these really limited edition, like 500 each. They this little licensing record label licensed 3 different records from like the CMC years.
Oh, nice.
And, so they did Erase the Slate.
Oh,
And
That's
this
a great
is,
record.
This says, everybody
Love
knows. This is after George Lynch. So
Right.
this is Red Beach from Winger on guitar.
Wow.
And then they did Held
now,
to Pay.
Jason, are those limited? Each one of those numbered or anything?
Yes, they're all numbered. I'll tell you all about them in just
Okay.
a second. And then they did Long Way Home.
Oh, great, man!
And
wow.
these are all with this is with John Norum on guitar. So
Yeah, that's a great record too.
So what they did on each of these is they did 2 different versions of each, and 500 copies of each version, and they're all numbered on the back.
Are they still available?
I'm not sure, but they are numbered on the back.
I'd love to get those.
What they did was they did a different color, and they changed something on the cover to correspond with the color of the vinyl. So this one, they changed the Dokken logo
Oh,
to
the logo.
and
Oh, that's
gold.
great.
And so when you pull this one out,
What a good idea.
Yeah, so that way when you see the cover, you know what color vinyl you're getting.
That's right, yeah.
so you get a purple,
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
and then when you pull the other one out, you get a gold.
Are those on the 180 or just
These are
regular?
180. Yeah.
Wow.
And so on Hell to Pay, they changed the album logo colors.
Oh, cool, man.
You got a red and a green. So when you pull this puppy out,
So much cool stuff out there.
you've got
There
a
we go.
red, translucent red,
Wow.
and then the other.
Well, you know they sound great.
The other is a really vibrant green. It's much more
Oh, look at
vibrant than
that.
it's showing on my screen.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
So what
then the
everybody doesn't know is that these albums were released on CD first in like the 1990s,
Right.
and so it's taken them this long to produce vinyl.
they've never been released on vinyl before.
Yeah,
These
so
are the
this
first
is-
time ever.
Now,
That's
Jason,
what
what's the retail on those?
I can't remember. I feel like I paid around $35 a piece for them or something like
That's not
that.
bad.
That's not bad at all.
But it's an import. They're
Right.
only available in Europe, and it was mail order only, I believe. So
Wow.
so with the Erase the Slates, you've got these 2 different color logos, and then I'll just show the same thing. And they all have inner sleeves. The lyrics are on the.
Nice.
So then this one was orange, and then this one.
That's some nice looking stuff. Wow.
Jason, Jeff wants to know, where do you order them from?
I will have to look. I'll look in just a minute, and when I'm not talking anymore, and I'll go back and find the website. But someone sent me a link, and I was like, "Oh shit, I've got to buy those immediately." Because
Yeah, I didn't know anything about those, man. I want to get them for sure.
Yeah, I only know about them because a friend of mine in Europe's friend owns this record label. So,
Oh, okay.
and he's like, "Hey, did you see these?" Because, and he told me that, and I guess I'll just use this opportunity to go ahead and talk about what Pat's been trying to get me to talk about. Because I own a small record label called it's a little boutique record label called Kiss My Wax Records, and something that we've done 3 Ace Frehley releases in the past. And then we decided I own it with my partner. His name's Joe Lalich, who's also my co-host on Kiss My Collectibles podcast. He's a graphics designer. He owns a record store, and he's really, really great at designing. And so, as a lot of you people watching know, Pat, one of Pat's oldest and best friends is Mark Slaughter, and I'm a massive, massive Slaughter fan.
Me too.
So I decided to reach out to. It's similar to this Dokken situation. Slaughter went on to release some records in the late '90s that were only available on CD, and they were all on. All these bands went to one label called CMC International, and so I reached out to BMG over in Europe, and I got the license to release the 3 Slaughter records on CMC International. I've also since reached out to Universal, and I've also signed a contract to release the Wildlife on vinyl.
Oh,
We're going after Stick It To You as well. But we're waiting to hear back, because there's another company that currently has the license on that called Friday Music. But what we're doing is something totally different. So what we're doing is the band is fully involved. I talk to Mark and Dana every other day. We're basically releasing box sets, definitive box sets of all of these records. And right now, the first one that we're doing is Fear No Evil. It's the record that came out in 1995. It's their 3rd release.
Great album too, man.
Great record. Heavy record, probably their heaviest record, and just a great record. If you haven't listened to it, if you've only listened to Slaughter up through the first 2 records, go somewhere, go to Spotify or somewhere and listen to Fear No Evil. It's amazing.
It's really good, yeah.
So anyway, we are doing basically, when Pat was showing the Triumph box, it's very similar to that. So we're releasing the album for the first time on vinyl ever it'll be a double 45 RPM half-speed mastered record. Inside the box, it will be black vinyl. I've picked 9 demos from the band's archives.
Oh, wow.
Well, not 9 demos. I've picked some demos and some Japanese-only release tracks that will be on a bonus record in this box set.
Very cool.
But so
like a 45?
No, it'll be a full
No,
length
it's
record.
9 songs. It's
I mean the bonus record. It's a full 12-inch.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, it's 9 songs. Has to be. So 9 songs. So basically, you're getting a whole other Slaughter record no one's ever heard before.
That's cool.
And then we're doing a 48-page book.
Got mine
that
ordered.
goes in it. That's right. Had to guilt you into it, but you got it. So I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. There'll be a 48-page booklet. There'll be like a replica backstage pass. There is what
8
else?
by 10 glossies.
Oh, 8 by 10, 5 8 by 10 glossies, and then the band has donated for the box set what we're calling a golden ticket kind of thing, where there will be one in these 500 boxes. There will only be one ticket that you can get, and you will be able to see the band anywhere in the world for free for the rest of the life of the band.
Very cool.
So,
Or your life, whichever comes first.
or your life, whichever one comes first, right? So anyway, the box set is up for pre-order right now.
Oh, and don't forget, it's fully autographed by the 3 surviving members.
Pat, it's a good thing you're here with us. So, it's fully autographed by the 3 surviving members of the band. They are numbered. They will be hand numbered. What else?
Oh, and explain what a half-speed master is, so some of these people may not understand what a half-speed master is.
It'll.
I've been wondering about that.
Yeah, half-speed mastered is you'll play the record at 45 RPM, but it is a better, cleaner way to master and press a record. It has its positives and its negatives. The audiophiles will say this is the way you need to do it. The negative part is you're only getting like 3 songs per side, and then you have to flip it over and you get 3 songs per side, and then you get the record 2. This record falls, and actually all of these albums that were put together that only come out on CD, they fall in a time spectrum where they're too long to put all the songs on one record. And if you split them up into 2 33s, you're going to have one side that doesn't have anything on it on your second record. So the thing that made sense to do was to do them half speed mastered. That way, all 4 sides of the 2 records are full. So anyway, is that it, Pat? Did I cover it all?
Jason, I do have to tell you. I'm sorry, Pat. Mark did tell me that he was very excited about this project, and he was very happy to be working with you, and you're doing a great job with it. So,
well, thank you. Yeah.
So
Mark,
if anybody's watching, they can go to
kissmywaxrecords.com,
and there's everything there, and also there's going to be a standard version as well.
So in addition to in addition to the 500 box sets, we're also doing 1,000 copies, what we're calling the standard vinyl. It'll be the same record, 45 RPM, you know, the jacket and all of that. The difference is the standard version is colored vinyl. The vinyl in the box set, which is supposed to be the audiophile version, is black vinyl, which is preferred by audiophiles.
Now, there's only like 80-something copies left of that, right?
There's only 84 copies of the box left right now.
Wow.
Only 84 copies.
Very cool.
And then, yeah, we've probably still got about 500 of the 1,000 standards. But we ship worldwide, kissmywaxrecords.com.
You can go there and see all the layout these guys have done.
Right.
And I got to tell you, you know, hats off to Jason and Joe and Nicholas as well, because Nicholas did the videos and stuff like that. But these guys are making quality products. I mean, this is they've hunted out the original photographers.
Oh yeah.
You know, the guys that made the original logos and all that kind of stuff. And so this is really going to look amazing, and it is going to be the definitive version of this record. You know,
That's right. Pat is of course selling himself short, because I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without Pat. Pat has the Slaughter archives in his house. That he probably doesn't want me to say that, but
Too late.
he has access to a lot of stuff, and you know, he knew all of those photographers personally. He hooked me up with a lot of phone numbers and ways to get in touch with these guys to be able to make. We talked to every photographer that had anything to do with this release back then.
and it's strange. Usually records are like one photographer, one producer, one this, one that. For this record, oh my gosh, there was like 20 people involved in this thing, and we're trying to hunt them down and getting phone numbers and all kinds of stuff. I mean, as a matter of fact, the Japanese version of the CD has a totally different artwork on it, and we're still trying to get a hold of that guy, and we can't find him.
Yeah, that dude's French, and we'll probably never hunt him down. But anyway, Kiss My Wax Records. If you're a Slaughter fan, you know, support the guys. The band is fully involved in this, and they're very excited about it, and as are we. So.
And there's a pre-order for this, Jason?
Yeah, there is a pre-order. It's going on right now. So, yeah.
And where's it at?
It's at kissmywaxrecords.com, Pat. Thanks for asking.
Awesome.
And how much is it, Jason?
Well, it's a little pricey. It's expensive, but
consider
$146 for the box set.
For the box set.
$146 for the box set. $46.
But there's only 500 of them, which is great.
Right. So.
And the standard vinyl release is how much?
$46.
Oh, what I want to know is that half speed that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
If you played at full speed, did they sound like the Chipmunks?
That's exactly what happened.
Mark's voice goes even higher.
No. It would be opposite. You have to play it at 45 RPM for it to be normal. So if you play it at 33,
it's going to sound slow.
It's going to sound slow.
Okay, I got you.
So if you play it at 78, then it goes to the Chipmunks.
Gotcha.
Then it goes.
Hey, Royce,
And just so some of the viewers don't know, Jason actually works at one of the largest record plants in the country right now.
Right.
And so he's on top of all kinds of stuff that comes out every week. He's shuffling records like you can't believe. I mean,
I also want to say thank you, Jason, for displaying those promo pieces behind you that you're going to be shipping to me. That was
just
really nice
for
of
you,
you.
McVeigh, just for you, man.
and the great thing about those, I've seen those in person, and I've never seen such an incredible,
they look in good shape.
Flawless set. I mean, and those things are hard as heck to find.
Hell yeah, they are.
They were not cheap.
So Royce, do you see all the silver stuff behind Jason right there with the KISS logo and whatnot?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, those were from 1978, and somehow this guy ended up finding a set of the 3 pieces that go to that thing
that had never been displayed.
Never been displayed.
Unbelievable.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
So
literally still in the shipping box.
Yeah.
I see the look on Oibe's face right now.
Yeah, Michael's drooling right now.
Yeah, that whole top row of vinyl right there, and actually the 2 rows underneath it is nothing but KISS.
See, and all I get is a beat up Peter Criss display.
Hey,
Hey,
I
but-
don't have that. I have
Yeah,
the
look,
small
that
version.
thing's still hard to find.
This is rare. It is hard to find.
Yeah, the big one is tough.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
I have the 2x2. It's much smaller.
Yeah. I've got the promo arrow.
Hey, Mike, you're echoing again.
I know. I did that on purpose.
There's the small one.
Oh yeah, see that's beautiful too. Wow.
Let the music play on, play on, play on, play on, play on.
Right?
Jason, check this out. This is signed by each guy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look
Nice.
at that.
Paul in red. Gene did it in a ballpoint pen. It's hard to see, but he's right,
Unbelievable.
You know,
right up
you
here.
know, yeah,
If we were widescreen, mine's hanging from the ceiling over here, but not
This is
signed
tough.
by all four.
That's a tough piece to get to, though.
It is.
You know what's even tougher? The long arrow.
Dude, I've never seen that. I've seen pictures, but I've never seen it.
John, Nicholas, my co-host, sold
Mhm.
John 5 the printer's proof of it.
Ugh.
Beautiful.
Never seen the real one, but John.
But
5
somehow
is
he gets the printer's proof.
Yeah, somebody gets the printer's proof.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
By the way, Mike, JB is he's ribbing you, boy.
Who
Uh-oh.
is?
JB.
Oh, what's he
Thorpe?
saying?
This Texas was under a flood warning until they realized it was just McVeigh drooling over kiss items.
Nice.
That's good.
Nice.
Oh, that's great.
What you up to, Boxster?
Well, on June 29th, I'm going to be on a show called Beach Boys Talk, ironically.
Excellent.
And Royce has come on a few times to see the
That's
show.
a fun show, yeah.
Well, they couldn't have had anybody else with better knowledge. I'll tell you that much.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to show a few things. Years ago, when I got tired of vinyl, I used to put them on cassette. And I would do things like this. Like, here I labeled it I Get Around, with a guy pushing a car.
So I got custom cover?
I would go to the Walgreens or Walmart and find greeting cards. There's one, and then
You big bootlegger, you.
Right?
I call this one the Beach Boys Bucket of Hits.
That's like Mikey when he's about to get his thing bit.
That other picture looked like you were assuming the position.
And then I have the whole set of the Beach Boys little cars with the
Oh,
original
cool.
album in the background.
Is that who made those? Johnny Lightning? Or Racing Champions?
Yeah, Racing Champ.
Okay. Yeah,
I
the
got
Hot
whole
Rocket
set.
series.
Very
cool.
cool.
And
Yeah.
when I go on the show, I'm not going to show all the albums because I got like 30 of them. But this was the first one I bought in 1964.
Wow.
What a great year.
54. That's so crazy.
And what got me about this is Fun, Fun, Fun was the hit. The 45 would come out first. So after a while, the album would come out, and it had Don't Worry Baby on it, and nobody knew anything about it unless you bought the album, because Don't Worry Baby came out later on the flip side of I Get Around. So this was the first one I bought.
Wow. That particular,
This is it.
that's it.
Man,
the
that's in
original
great
from the
shape.
record store
That's
a few
yeah,
blocks from
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Gosh, if I found my first record, it'd be all jacked up.
What was
It
your
would
first
look-
record?
It would look like Jason's first Destroyer record.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's crazy looking.
Well loved.
That's funny.
Here somewhere.
And the original Surfing album.
What a cool cover.
That was the first one.
I wonder whatever happened to that truck. That car.
Well, I posted the other day. Did you see that on Porn Stars? They had Dennis Wilson. A guy came in with Dennis Wilson's original surfboard.
Oh, wow.
From
Now, how do
that.
you prove that, though?
Well,
Yes.
Well,
I mean, was
that's
it like
cool.
documented in photos and?
another album. These
Little
are all
DNA
original
on
from
there.
the 60s.
Watch Sophie, Pat,
Wow.
Uh-oh. Where is she?
behind you. Or is that Ivy?
No, it's got to be Sophie.
That's Sophie.
It
But
is Sophie.
I got all the albums. Little Deuce Coupe.
Love that car, man.
So, as I said, June 29th, Beach Boys Talk. I'll probably be on for about 20 minutes because they usually have a guest on before that. And then they have a community person come on for about 20 minutes to a half hour. So I'll talk about the Beach Boys.
That's great.
Yeah. And thanks for having me on tonight.
Oh,
Oh, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was quite surprised. He said the Boxsters, and I was like, whoa.
Right?
Yeah, I got a birthday next month, 74.
What?
74. Wow.
Wow, dude.
Young man.
You don't look a day older than 90.
Yeah, well, I still gotta get the shirt back by midnight.
Well, you
Hell
still
yeah.
got an hour and a half.
And remember to get it Martinized.
I got kind of a special request. Jason?
Yes, sir.
Jason, I have a picture. That I just got to get on the show. And it was sent to me in Messenger, and I'm unable to get it to my desktop to bring it up on Brand. You know, and I just.
Do you have your Messenger open on your... Can you open Facebook Messenger on your computer, not on your phone?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I imagine if I want to, I don't know what's going to happen. I might, maybe if I cut this down to half size, I could.
No. Just open another tab.
Okay, let's see.
In your browser, just open another browser tab.
Do you still drink Tab, Mike?
Remember that 80s commercial?
You still got it in Jersey.
Open another tab with my. I'm not sure I know how to do that, bro.
Oh, just
Yeah,
the
how
fact
would I
If you want
open?
to speak about Coca-Cola, the C is where Chicago picked up the C for their logo. It used to be the Chicago Transit Authority, and they dropped that, and they took the C and just made it Chicago.
Wow.
That's the C that they use.
He dropped himself out.
Now we can cuss. No.
Hopefully he can add himself back in.
Altini, what'd you say? Jeff, what?
what do you call it? Just the Facts said, send me a link. I have something I'd like to show on the show.
Oh,
Cool.
there you go.
Yeah, hey,
Come on, Just the Facts. Old Dan.
Dan the man.
come on, Royce.
Can you send it to me, Mike?
I can't say. I don't know.
Hang on.
I'm trying to send that link that Jeff, Jeff, I'm trying to send it to you, or I'm trying to post it in the chat, and it's not letting me post it. I mean, it shows that I've posted it, but it's not showing up in the chat.
Huh.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, I tried to open another tab, and I lost the show completely and had to re-log in. Unfortunately.
If you, you should just be able to open your Facebook Messenger and on your desktop in a different tab and save it from there onto your desktop.
I don't know if anybody can see this, if it's even going to show at all. But it's, yeah. I'd
Dan,
really
check
like to
your
get-
messenger.
Royce, go solo.
Huh?
Go solo and then hold it up.
Yeah, solo your stuff and try it.
Because you've been shut down, you can only do it from your phone because.
Okay, Betty. All right. One second. Okay. There's a picture of me and some of my homeboys. I've got. It's really
Can't
nuts.
see it.
Okay, here we go. Okay, me, Bob Marley, and Linda Foster's husband, Harold, smoking a gigantic joint.
My God.
Where'd you get that from?
Who do you think?
George just, I promised him I'd be able to show it.
No, I'm talking about the joint.
That's just
You're
old.
supposed to knock that from Cheech and Chong.
Okay.
I wish we could get that up on the.
That's great.
Okay, I'll tell you what then. I'm going to have the stream. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just the facts just said send it to him and he can do something with it. So let me see what I can do. Like I said,
yesterday was Paul McCartney's birthday.
No one will be able to show it except for you, Royce. as far as on our screen.
Okay. And by the way, Royce, everybody wants to see the print that George made for you.
Okay, and that was on all over Facebook today too. George posted that on
Do you
Facebook.
have a copy of it? Do you have a
Well,
hard copy?
No, I don't have a hard copy. No.
No.
Yeah, yeah, that was really nice of George to make that for the show. It's awesome. He says he's going to be making prints if anybody wants them. You know.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
We can
Okay.
count in on that one.
Love George. He's a great guy.
Yeah, cool dude.
Hey Dan, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Dan.
Hey,
Dan?
Just a second. Okay. There I am. Okay.
You okay? Yeah.
how you doing, brother?
That's
Doing pretty good.
Dan, how you feeling?
Not so bad after having 3 heart attacks. So.
Oh, jeez.
Good. Nice.
Well, you look good, man.
You know
God
what's
bless you, bro.
You know what's kind of odd? You know, my wife was critically ill at the time, and they said that, you know, I had to get the vaccine shot just to protect her, because if I accidentally brought it in, definitely would have killed her.
Right.
So I was kind of forced into getting the vaccine shot. 8 days later, I have a heart attack.
Wow.
That's
And then 2 weeks later, I have another heart attack. So I don't know if it's because of the stress that was built up and, you know, everything that was going on, or the vaccine caused it. So I don't know. But I feel good now.
Good.
Yeah,
I hope it
Well,
went
that's
well
good.
with you. I just got my first shot for the vaccine because I've got an eye procedure coming up, and they wouldn't do the procedure unless I was vaccinated. So I've got a second shot coming up soon.
You know, the second one actually made me a little sicker for about 3 days. Headache, a little nausea, but, you know, sore shoulder, but it went away after about 3 days.
I mean, I have a heart condition, and I got the shots, and it didn't affect my heart. It must have been your stress level. Your stress level was through the roof, man.
It was. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure that didn't help either, you know.
No.
Right.
what was odd too, I don't know if y'all knew about this, but my wife died at 7:30 on May 12th. And that's exactly when my heart attack happened, 7:30 on May 12th.
Wow.
And I wasn't
Wow,
even
really?
I wasn't even in the hospital when she died. Actually had come home 45 minutes earlier, but at 7:30 the heart attack happened, and then the hospital called and said my wife had passed away at 7:30. I thought, wow, you know. But well, the reason
Did you have somebody with you at that time?
no, but luckily my daughter lives about a mile away, and she came over. I knew immediately it was a heart attack. I mean, I've had this is my 8th one total, so
Oh my goodness.
yeah, 8 of them. So.
Wow.
You know, she came over and sat with me, you know, and I told her, you know, got to call the ambulance. So, you know, as many times we called the ambulance for my wife, they know it's on a first name basis.
Hmm.
But hopefully it's all behind us now.
Well, we're glad to see you.
Yeah.
Well, one of the
Yeah,
things
man.
one of the things I wanted to show tonight was, I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with how the process of creating an album is made, you know, from the acetate recording.
Sure.
For those that don't know, acetate is the first step of creating an album. They get the audio, feed it in, and the acetate album is actually, it's aluminum disc that's coated in lacquer, which is much softer than vinyl. So what they do, once it's cut, they treat it with the nickel and silver, and that's how they end up making the stamp that'll actually end up making the album itself. Well, I came across, and I'm trying to collect as many acetate recordings as I can now. That's because they're fairly rare. And
Yeah,
the one I
they
got,
could get expensive too.
yeah, the one I got here. If you ever listen to George Carlin, he has an album called Toledo Window Box. This is the acetate album that actually acetate recording actually made that album,
Wow.
Oh wow.
and it's definitely heavier than a regular album because of the aluminum plate that's inside. And
Yeah.
the bad thing about acetate albums, I haven't even played this because the more you play it, the more it degrades.
Yeah,
Because
usually those things were designed for like a one playthrough kind of a situation.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But this is
And
good,
the process-
really good shape.
I
The
guess
process
that's why
to
the
make-
name test pressing.
Well, test pressing is different.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
test pressing
when
is with a stamp.
what they do is like 5. How many they usually run of those? 10?
Acetates?
No, the actual test pressings.
Oh, that's whatever they want. They could do 10, they could do 100, whatever the artist or the recording company wants. But there's a lot of scams going on out there too, where these test pressings, where they'll sell them as a test pressing. Oh, it's very rare, but they made like 500 of them, and they call it a test pressing when it's just an album that they kind of renamed.
Right.
But the acetate, I think there's normally just one acetate unless they have to make more stamps. And I don't know if they go through a process a second time or they may create a whole other acetate recording.
Well, recently, one of the main companies in the U.S. was called Rainbow, right, Jason? Is Jason still here?
Yes, I'm still here, buddy. I was
Okay.
trying to find some. I'm trying to get that docket link to that guy, and I was.
Oh, okay. So Rainbow was one of the largest companies to make those lacquer acetates. Okay, and they were grandfathered in with all of the chemical use to make those, and just recently they closed doors because the property that they were on, they wanted to raise the price of the monthly fee or whatever, and they had to close shop. So now, since they were grandfathered into making those lacquers, you can't make those anymore. So now everyone's going direct to metal, right, Jason? I believe.
I think you're getting two stories mixed up, Pat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rainbow was a pressing plant in California.
Yeah,
and that is correct. They had an issue with the landlord wanted to raise the rent or whatever, and they had been there for 60 years or 70 years or whatever. Wow. They closed down because of that, and
they were one of the leaders to make the lacquers, right?
No, that's a different company. That company burned down.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
I can't remember their name, but that company burned down.
Yep.
And so that whole process, they were, like you said, they were grandfathered in to be able to make, because it's done with all kinds of chemicals that
well, like you said, silver and
right. So so that company burned down, and so now most everything is being done. It's called DMM, digital. It's
direct
digital
mastering.
Direct mastering, yeah. So direct metal mastering is what it's called.
That's right.
DMM. Direct metal mastering is how most vinyl is being pressed now. So I'll look up that name.
So Dan, those are going to become extremely rare as the years go by.
Yeah, I mean, you thought acetates were rare. Acetates are rare anyway.
Yeah.
But now they're not even going to be making them anymore. So.
Because normally when they get through with making acetate recording, they put that in the vault.
That's right. Because you can't play it more than a couple times.
Yeah.
And it's done. So.
Yep.
And I was lucky. I got a pretty good price on that George Carlin one. It was under 3 figures. So.
Yeah, they're not cheap. None of the acetates
cheap.
are cheap.
Trying
That's
to
pretty cool.
remember who I was talking about the other day that I believe it was an acetate album. Maybe one of you guys heard me talking about it, and it sold for something like $3,650, on eBay. And, I don't remember who the artist was.
I know
Look
Paul
what that
Stanley
Paul
just sold
Stanley one
his.
went for.
Yeah, Paul just
There was
yeah.
only 6 songs on it too.
Would it go for like 7,000, Jason? Pat,
$7
you don't
grand.
remember?
Yeah, I think.
Wow.
$7 grand.
No. I think eight. I think it went for 8.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think it
yeah.
went for 8. That company was Apollo Masters
That's it.
Corporation that
That's
burned
it.
down. Apollo
That's it.
Masters. Yeah.
That's it.
And it wasn't too long ago either. It was like
They were in California, you said?
Yeah, they were in California a year and 3 months ago. So that it burned down.
And there was a place in Japan that was making all the there was 2 places, one in Japan, one in California, that were predominantly the leaders in making these lacquers.
Right.
And then
Japan can't expand capacity. The plant that's in Japan can't expand capacity, so you're having more and more pressing plants just going to DMM, direct metal mastering, instead of doing lacquers now. So, but it was a big deal for a short period of time, because it basically brought a lot of new pressing of new records to a halt, because there was no
they're trying to figure out
to do that process.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Well, isn't there like a backlog right now for orders for different pressings because of
Oh yeah,
the supply and demand?
So United Record Pressing, the company that I work for, I actually work for the distribution side, but the pressing plant in Nashville, we're the largest, oldest and largest pressing plant in North America. We have close to 60 presses, which is more than all the other pressing plants in the United States combined. And we press about 60,000 records a day.
Wow.
Probably about 355 days a year. And there is still
three shifts going there.
Yeah, 3 shifts going. And we are still 18 weeks behind. So if you put your order in right now, you won't get your records. That's what I'm in the middle of with the Slaughter box set.
Yeah.
Put your order in right now, you're not going to see records until August or September.
Doesn't it take like 10 seconds per pressing?
Yes. Yeah.
So you figure 10 seconds divided by 60,000 divided by 10 seconds. That'll tell you how much time.
Yeah, do the math on that.
It's a lot.
Wow.
It's a lot. So,
Jason, can I get one of these in color? This got stuck in the mold. 24 of these got stamped together. It's like counting the rings.
That's the craziest thing.
yeah. There's all kinds of stuff like all kinds of stuff that goes on like that in the present plan. It's funny, when I was getting interviewed for my job 11 years ago, they took me, even though I was working for distribution, they took me through the pressing plant. It was like, hey, this is where we press the records. And he was, it was the owner of the company, and he picked up things, mispresses and stuff out of the trash, and he said, see, this is a Jack White, this is a White Stripes record, it's a mispress, so we just throw that away. And I said, man, you make a lot of money on that on eBay, and you can lose your job real quick.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
A friend of mine's mother worked at the Columbia Records factory.
Yeah.
About 55 miles from here in Santa Maria, and she'd bring stuff like that home.
Legendary.
Yeah.
And Royce, isn't that
Legendary
it?
pressing
Factory
plant.
later became the Costco down there in Santa Maria.
God. Isn't that
That's where
crazy?
Mikey gets his bagels at.
He did buy his bagels from there once.
I will never live that down.
Hey Royce, isn't that a Tom Jones record too?
Pardon me?
Isn't that a Tom Jones record too?
On the Parrot label.
That's an early box set, Pat.
25 discs in one.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, I'll trade it for the Slaughter box set.
Yeah.
That's funny.
stuff.
Have what's new Pussycat on there?
I think so, yeah.
Somewhere in there.
How about dry, dry, dry vagina?
Oh my God.
Here he goes.
Here he goes.
Why vagina?
And there goes all the female audience.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
And the chat.
Well, thanks a lot.
I'm here every Thursday.
Yeah,
Trying to
Tom Jones. I grew up in Henderson, Nevada. Tom Jones was always a big thing, and Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
was a big thing, and I remember we used to, Pat, we used to go party on Patco Road and have these cake parties, and
Of course.
years after I left, you and Mark Slaughter, all you guys are out there partying at the same place.
right.
Same party as a teenager.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's
Back
crazy.
then, when Vegas was so small at that time, there was maybe like 150,000 people. And of course there's great things to do for adults, but the kids were like, we had Circus and that was about it, and you're just like, okay. And then
we were on our own to find entertainment.
so they would have these concerts out in the middle of the desert, and people would rent, PA systems and all kinds of stuff and generators, and you wait till dusk, start at dusk, and then hopefully you can get your, whatever band's on, playing, they can get through their set without the cops showing up, because some guy was always drunk and decided that he's going to throw a tire on the bonfire. And if you've ever seen a tire burn, it burns like black smoke.
Right. Because of the petroleum in it.
Yeah, and it's a big no-no. And oh my gosh, so we would make it through half a set or sometimes a full set before the cops came, and they'd bust everybody who was underage drinking and all that stuff.
Wow.
Because guys would literally put like 6 kegs of beer in the back of their truck and charge everyone, you know, for like a small solo cup full of beer, you know. And
when I was 14, 15 years old, I mentioned this before on one of my shows. You got a motorcycle license at 14 up to a certain horsepower, and we'd actually tie pictures onto the back of our motorcycles to drive out there. They charge you $1.50 to get in, and you fill the entire pitcher. I don't know how many times. You know, we drank a lot of beer out there. I don't know how we made it home on our motorcycles.
I got something else here I'd like to show too.
Yeah,
Go for it.
show up. Let's see.
Whip this out.
It's a Frank Sinatra, 78 RPM from 1949.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
No Orchids for My Lady and Why Can't You Behave. It's Frank Sinatra and the Fillmore 4. And this is a promo record here. Let me see if
Did
I
it
can.
come in a picture sleeve or just a generic sleeve?
No, it's an original sleeve.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Look at that.
Let me see if I can zoom in on that.
They didn't do picture sleeves that far back, Michael. It was usually
didn't?
it was usually label sleeves, label related sleeves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a little bitty one, but it's a 78 RPM,
Man, that's cool.
Yeah.
a
Looks
Columbia.
like it's pretty clean.
It's cool.
It is. Of course, I haven't played this one either.
Where'd you score that at?
Show yourself.
I've searched so many different websites, I forgot which one came from.
I mean, you got it online though, right?
Yeah, it's online, yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What was that?
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
1949, Frank Sinatra, 78 RPM promo.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I got this from my grandparents. I got a Decca long play 33 1/3 record, Unbreakable.
Oh, can we
Yeah.
test that on the show?
Mine says it too. Mine says non-breakable too.
Right? So it's Louis Armstrong, New Orleans to New York. Let me see. There you go.
Wow.
Right? It's got all this great shit on the back.
All this
Right.
great shit.
Okay, but check this out.
I love the old albums.
This record is thicker than a brick. Okay? I mean,
Is it vinyl or shellac? It looks like shellac to me.
You know, he has an issue with this too. Tell Jason what
Yeah.
it does.
So check this out. It says 33 1/3 regular, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I put it on the platter. It sounds like Herman Monster. Like that.
Oh,
Then I speed it up to 45, and then it sounds like Joe Shit the Rag.
That sounds like Lily Monster.
Interesting.
Yeah, how does that happen?
I can't figure this out for nothing.
Wow.
Does it feel kind of like it could be brittle in your hand?
No, this is. Oh,
Oh shit! Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
Did it shatter?
wow.
No way! Did you break it? Oh no!
It says Unbreakable, right?
Well,
Holy
that's a good
crap.
question.
I hope you have your receipt for that.
It was shellac, not vinyl.
Jason, don't you mention no damn albums out of mine.
Wow.
Teeny, I am so sorry, man. That's,
Don't
Terrible.
you ask me no questions.
What a timely dropping.
Dude, that was
I'll try this
wow.
Oh my
That was fucking ironic. Hey,
Dan, you better put your record up, buddy.
No, Dan, you're next.
No, mine says unbreakable too, and I'm not going to test it.
amen, right?
Holy shit!
Well, I guess we'll never find
Jeff
out.
Davison said, "What the fuck?"
Never played that fucking thing.
That's
So-
what happens. That's what happens when you don't handle it sexy.
So, Jason, what do you think
Yeah,
was
see?
the situation there on the speed?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter now.
Doesn't matter now. But I know that was a shellac record because vinyl won't break like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking Shalit. This is
Shelit.
shit record made
Jesus.
out of fucking
Well, wait a minute. This kind of sucks, Mikey. That was your parents, right?
my grandparents.
Oh,
God. Way to go, Jason.
I didn't drop it.
I didn't drop it either, motherfucker. Anyway, the songs that were on it
We're still there.
were marching in.
Play half and half.
Oh,
Hey, Mikey, you still have those leaves? You can bury it with the, put the leaves over it.
West End Blues, Mahogany Hall Stop, Dipper Mouth Blues, Punch Jason in the Face. I mean, Save Pretty Mama.
I gotta say, you look great though.
There was a lot of songs on it.
Well, now you have the rare cracked version.
Oh my God.
Let's see how good that Gorilla Glue is.
The crackhead version.
You know, my co-conspirator just showed up, the vinyl unicorn, Monroe.
Uh-oh.
It was too hot to put a unicorn suit on.
I saw people asking for that in the chat.
Yeah, the people
This is
love
so
Monroe.
funny.
He's a character.
Unbreakable. It's all over this thing. Unbreakable record. Unbreakable record.
For the first
I
50 years.
Jason,
Was
even
19.
in 1966, they were still using, printed,
Yeah.
even in the mid 60s.
I think you did see you started to see some picture sleeves by then, but
Yeah.
but yeah, it was
Yeah, because there were
most-
some Beatles ones.
Yeah, there were some Beatles ones, right? So, but back in the 30s and 40s, 20s, 30s, 40s, it was mostly label sleeves
Yep.
because they were advertising the label more than they were advertising the band.
Yeah,
Oh,
even
wow.
Capitol put things out like this.
Right.
See, Unbreakable.
No, don't tempt
Don't-
fate.
Unbreakable, yeah.
Oh, man. This was
That was
Unbelievable.
Did that really break?
Too ironic.
Yes.
Yeah, it really broke.
Yes.
laughing
She's
up.
laughing.
Laughing up, Carol.
Altini hardly knows me. And he hates my fucking guts right now.
Hey. Tell
so-
Altini to send us the jacket.
Wow.
What?
Carol said,
She
"Send
said
us the
send it-
jacket."
You know,
Break it to him gently.
months ago, I ordered an old Monkeys greatest hits album that came broken half like that.
Oh God.
Believe it. I mean, I
Came
got
from the Altini press and plant.
I'm not going to leave this one down.
There's your new label, Mikey. Brittle vinyl.
Real fun.
What do we eat on our coffee bag? Peanut brittle.
Peanut brittle. Ba-doom-ps.
I can't believe that happened.
No, I can't.
I know,
believe
that's
it.
crazy.
Mike Altini. You have
Well-
no idea.
And any consolation, I can send you this.
5 feet.
5 feet of swing.
What's that about Michael's penis?
Hey.
Well, no, this is
That's
the
a compliment.
yeah. This is the
Oh, yeah,
story
hey.
of this is the story of how Altini went to Jamaica and somehow got a fish on his twang. So,
Twang
there you go.
fish.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna look that up on eBay and see if it's around. If it's then all I gotta do is say, hey, it's worth $3,000.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Let's do that live on the air. And who was it again?
Okay,
Yeah,
that's,
what was that, Mike?
Louis Armstrong,
Louis Armstrong.
a classic
Okay.
New Orleans to New York call,
Fall to pieces.
and it's
I follow the pieces, yeah.
DL5225.
Say that again.
DL5225.
Is that catalog number on the side?
Yeah, it's the DECA, DECA.
Yeah.
That's the DL. It's all over the place.
Was it a 78 or 45 or
It says
33?
33.
Oh, it says 33, but you have to pay it at 45. You probably never find that again.
No,
You can sell it for half price.
it was 33 and a third. It says you got to play it at 33 and a third, but it just didn't play. I was thinking that maybe the record's so heavy that the platter, Yes.
Yeah.
The motor wasn't strong enough to turn it.
$25. Buy it now, free shipping.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
There you go.
Can somebody please send him the $25?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it looked like?
No, it had a blue label.
Pull it back a little bit. No, it didn't look like that.
Interesting.
Mine had a
Show them the demolished label.
Blue Decca.
It had a blue Decca. Okay.
A cracked Decca.
Here.
At the house.
Yeah, I'll try to hold it together. Here. Jason, look.
It sure did have a blue Decca. Okay, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that was it a 10-inch vinyl? Was it 10-inch record?
Yes, yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. Okay.
It has a serial number on it. 63777A.
6377. Hey, this is riveting.
For sure.
How do you think he feels?
I just noticed my younger brother, Floyd Moses, is in the chat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a cool name, too.
Yeah, that's my father's first name was Floyd. And Richie had, a dream, and the name came together. Then he started.
Not my Richie!
Not my Richie!
Oh, there he is.
Richie.
Moses. Who is this Hebrew god with no name?
Jason, I have another one to show you. If this is kind of popular in the remake.
Oh, excellent. Dennis Wilson?
Oh, yeah, they repressed that, didn't they, Bog?
I think that's
Well,
a music on vinyl, right?
This is the original.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's the original?
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I see like 4 or 5 more on here, Altini, and they're all that label I showed you, not your label.
Oh,
Great. Yes.
Thanks, I really wanted to hear that.
Go to completed auctions.
right.
Hold on.
$7,000.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah.
hangyourself.com.
Hey, Mikey, how come it said Unbreakable?
What?
How come it said Unbreakable?
Yeah, it did say Unbreakable, but
Well, that all changed today, Bog.
I'm a fucking modern day Man of Steel. All right, just
No.
Wow.
And he gathers the darkness to please you.
That's right. He commands you to kneel.
Oh yeah.
That was
Well,
just
you
too
should-
cool. I'm gonna go back
you
and
should've-
rewatch that.
You should have compelled that record before you pulled it out like that.
What, David the Exorcist shit?
Yeah.
Could you imagine? The power of Christ compels you.
Also, breaks right in your hand.
I grew up with one of these record players that my parents owned. It folded up like a suitcase, It stand on a little chrome stand. The speakers swung out on hinges.
Yeah.
The top lifted up. And we had that Elvis is Gold, and we had my dad was like country western a lot. He had a lot of. I still have some of his. I mean, Johnny Cash, and there was all kinds of stuff like that. But he really liked Bo Cephas, and Bo Cephas' dad in particular. He liked those guys a lot. My mother had some stuff, Perry Como and Bing Crosby, that kind of stuff. There was like a tug of war in my house for the heart and the soul of kids' musical likings. My dad wanted us to listen to nothing but country. My mother was, back in New York where I grew up, country was considered, well, don't tell your father, but kind of low class.
Jeez.
Low class.
That was kind of funny. So, but hey, when I heard Chuck Berry sing "Riding Along in My Automobile, Baby You Signed Me by the Wheel," I was gone. It was rock and roll from that day forward.
Yeah.
I made my decision.
When we grew up, we thought that the country music was like hip shit, right? And then when I hit about 2025, all these Western bars started opening up in New York City. And riding the fucking bull, and listening to all that shit making music. Well, you didn't know where it was. I gotta tell you what, in Jamaica, they love country and Western music.
Oh, do they?
Hey, really?
Everywhere you go, that's what they would rather listen to that than Bob Marley.
It says so right in this box set.
Yes, Unbreakable.
Yeah. No, they love country music.
Oh, Jamaicans?
Yeah.
Hey, since we're talking about Jamaica again, there's a couple of things I wanted to throw in. Bob Marley was the all-time most popular guy in Jamaica, but Usain Bolt, if I'm saying it right, the fastest man alive. Usain. He's kind of taken over as currently the most popular guy in Jamaica. And I didn't know this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I read there's only two countries in the whole world with more gold medals from the Olympics than Jamaica, and that's the U.S. and China. Jamaica's number 3 in gold medals. That just blew my mind when I read that.
Wow.
With track and field, I would guarantee it.
Yeah.
Because Usain Bolt is the fastest man in the world.
Fastest man alive, ever. Yeah.
And speaking of the Olympics,
What you gonna break now?
Mikey knows all about record breaking.
I think he has Muhammad Ali's jockstrap.
Touche.
Records were made to be broken.
Oh my God.
And speaking of breaking records,
yeah, I met Clive McDonald. He's on the Jamaican bobsled team.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a real thing. They made.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
They made a movie about it, too.
Yeah, they did a movie about it.
Yeah, Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
that hat's made of weed.
Please don't try to break that too.
Made of shellac. Don't drop it.
Yeah, right.
Made a straw. Check it out.
Adam D says Jamaicans can't bobsled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
That's funny.
But in track and field, they just kick ass.
My younger brother, Floyd Moses, says, we had old Elvis and Beatles records. Yes, we did. Hey, Floyd, do you remember drawing, on my Beatles Help album, drawing horns on some of the Beatles in ink? I still have that, too.
What?
He drew it right on the butcher cover.
Yeah. Who needs that thing?
No problem.
Oh, Jeff is saying he's
Hey,
listening
Jeff
to
Davison,
this.
you're listening to this. Here it is. Oh,
Oh, look at that.
What is
Wow.
Jeff saying?
yeah.
He's listening to off the soundboard.
Oh, sweet.
Ba-boom.
JD
Oh yeah,
says,
well, I had that to unbox today too, and I forgot it.
What do you guys think of the packaging, Jason? What do you think of that?
Well, it seems to be polarizing, but I'm kind of digging it. It's
Yeah.
it's
At first I was like,
minimal.
but now it's cool.
I'm kind of digging it. I get it. People are like, you should put more into it, but I think it's, I know the guy that, the guy that designed it is Tom German, and he's he designs everything for Kiss as far as that, that kind of, the audio stuff and in-house things
Right.
goes. And Tom is a great guy, and he's a great designer, and he mimicked that, and he said right after the Who Live at Leeds. And, I think they're going to stick with this format, and there's more coming for sure.
Yeah.
The way
I
that's-
peeled the hype sticker off and stuck it to the cardboard.
Did you?
Yeah, look. I was able to
Never
do
do
it
that.
without flawlessly.
That's one of Gene Simmons' favorite albums, Live at Leeds.
Live at Leeds, yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite album.
So I think they wanted a minimalistic look like that since they're doing these, bootleg,
So for the-
Bootleg
official
series.
bootleg thing.
So for those people who don't know, Jason, tell them what this is.
It's they're doing Kiss is finally releasing some quote unquote bootleg recordings. They're just grabbing soundboards and putting them out on CD and vinyl. And this is from the Japanese original farewell tour when Ace and Eric Singer were in the band. And it's a show in Tokyo. It's 3 LP set, 2 CD set. There is excuse me. There's a black vinyl version. There's a Kiss Online exclusive version that's that color right there.
Yeah, that's weird. Me and Pat were talking about that.
Well, it's a color in color, which is kind of a new thing now, but it just looks weird when you've got that clear and then it just kind of...
Yeah, I got the cream cheese splatter.
That's right, you got the cream cheese splatter.
Looks like they just
That's what mine looks like.
just threw a bunch of cream cheese on there and said, "Okay, press it."
And of course, the jackets are all supposed to be these chipboard. It's kind of chipboard, kind of cardboard kind of thing. And but in Europe, the German version and the version that Amazon UK is selling the jackets are white.
Really?
So I have one on order with a white jacket now. Tom,
Jason, did you ever see this? It's basically the same thing.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Now, I thought it was official because it's barcoded and everything.
Yeah,
It's got a gatefold, but it's not. But
anybody can stick a barcode on anything.
Right, but the sound quality, it's almost comparable to that one.
Well, that's the thing. You know, that show has always it's circulated for years in bootleg circles. It was a webcast. It was and the soundboard has been out there for a long time. So basically, all they did was take their master and did some mastering on it and try to beef it up. There's a few couple of cuts in it. They cut Gene's solo. I believe the intro is recut or taken from another show because it's not the same. If you A/B them, Michael, it's not the same.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's the whole show, untouched, which is unusual for Kiss.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So basically, it seems like they took a page right out of, quote unquote, Mr. Jimmy Page's vaults, because that's kind of like what he did. He made some very generic Led Zeppelin bootlegs and went out to Japan and sold them in all the bootleg stores out there.
Right. Pearl Jam have been selling their shows for decades.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Decades. Since the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. Every show on the entire tour. I don't know if they're still doing it, but they did it for 15, 20 years for sure.
Mm.
Do you own any of those Zeppelin, Pat?
No. A friend of mine is a big Zeppelin fan, and he had quite a few of those. And I was always amazed because they'd come in like these really bizarre jackets, and you just go, wow, look at this. This is so like generic-y looking, Mm-hmm. And but they were soundboard quality, and you just go, wow, this is great.
Yeah, Dream Theater.
Well, maybe the focus on that for Kiss was to do it solely just for the music, because for the package to be so not Kiss, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's no photo of the band on there at all.
Well, I think the idea here is to put product out that they've not put out before as cheaply as possible, without having to put much effort into it.
Well, this wasn't that cheap.
I don't mean
they weren't cheap.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying as little effort as needed, instead of having to do a whole package, on every one of these. If they end up doing, 40 of these things over the next 5 or 6 years, you just make them look uniform. That's how Pearl Jam does it. That's how Dream Theater did it, and I'm sure that's how Jimmy Page did it.
Yep.
You make them look uniform, and all you have to do is swap out the name on the thing or where the location.
Right.
And when I first saw those, it took me back to like seeing the Zeppelin's last album that was in that paper bag. You know what I mean?
Right.
Was that Coda? No.
In Through the Outdoor.
In Through the Outdoor.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
Into the Outdoor.
it was just so very generic, and I was like, wow, maybe this is where he got the idea for that paper bag, But no, there were 6 versions of that record that show like a whole thematic kind of a situation there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because it has, the line up there, Ace Frehley, Eric Singer.
Right.
Great show. I loved that version of the band.
Well,
Royce,
guys, I'm going to run. It's a little after midnight here. I got a different shirt on. I got to get it back.
Glad you came
It's
on.
good seeing you, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Thank you, Travis.
Absolutely.
We'll
Yeah.
see you all soon.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Bye, Boxer.
Good night now.
So,
a good
Royce,
dude.
is there what do you call it? Is there a thing where you can see how many viewers you got?
I was looking earlier. It was around 40.
Yeah, nothing I can see from here right now. Every
I'll tell
time I
you how
try
many-
to go someplace, I lose the whole show and have to relog in.
Hey, it don't matter, man. We're having fun.
It gets
Yeah.
better over time. It gets better over time.
26
Yeah.
people watching right now. The highest I saw was 40, but I didn't look
Yeah.
often. So.
Well, I'm pretty happy with that because
No, I think 40 is a good number for a first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm totally excited about that. Yeah.
I mean, it's less now as we're losing
Well,
people
I mean,
there
it
in the
thanks
UK.
to all of you. I mean, I got the all-star, crew here helping me out. So,
Wait, George is bringing my balls over here. I just broke a plate Greek style on my floor.
That's funny.
That's what you should have
Opa!
Right.
That's funny.
Well, one thing's for sure, Mikey. At least you broke a record tonight.
Mikey, are you supposed to like throw some salt over your shoulder or something at this point?
At this point, throw the album over your shoulder.
Damn.
Wow.
I got
I
it.
can't-
They just put the salt in that wound.
Yeah, I can't believe that actually happened.
Yeah. Well, it's Mike Elton. Expect the unexpected.
I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
So
you know, when you
what?
yeah.
It's
When
gonna
you
be
were
my
a kid, few things flew better than a vinyl album, right?
Yeah.
Look,
Oh, it's going to be
This
my
is-
lifelong fucking mission to find a replacement now.
this is
Oh,
what
wow.
Altini does for viewers.
This is how we do
Yeah.
it.
Hey, hey.
I bet you were good with the YMCA dance too. Yeah.
No, don't do it, Mikey. He was just making a comment.
Yeah, I know.
Back in 1977, I had just gotten out of the military, and an old shipmate of mine he was kind of down on his luck, so he came to Texas and lived with me for a while, and I got him a job. Good guy, but he liked to drink a lot. One night, he was drunk, danced around my apartment, and stepped on my Black Sabbath first album and smashed it.
Oh,
I was almost in
I would have
tears.
stepped on his ass.
You know what? I got enough for a bus ticket, and I put him back to California. I said, but that's, Black
Game
Sabbath. That was original pressing.
We are no longer friends.
Yeah, right.
And,
I think those
to
are-
this
believe
day, to this day, I still haven't replaced that album. I still got the cover, but not the album.
I believe
yeah.
those first pressings had a different colored label on them, didn't they?
I can't remember.
Were
That
they
was
green?
in 1977.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were
They
green.
were green,
Yeah.
like an army green.
Yeah.
What are you talking? The Warner Brothers thing?
Yeah, the Warner Brothers label.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I had, then I got it. I got the original.
Oh, well, there you go. Dan, there's your replacement right there.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
If I pick it up, I might fucking.
Yeah, please, please don't show that.
I'm surprised you didn't say that before when Jason was coughing. I felt like saying, "Do you feel a little tightness in your throat?" You remember I told you the story about the voodoo store?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, keep choking, prick.
Tighten up.
I think it was. I think the reason why it slipped out of your hands is because you had bronzer on your hands.
You're a dick. Yeah.
Pat, that wasn't bronzer.
Oh. I see now Pat's coming out of his shell.
That's right.
He was knuckle shuffling.
That was Charles Bronzer.
Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson.
Now I gotta go.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh,
Listen
here
to
he
his
goes.
back crack. Listen.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
There it is.
There we are. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Are you serious?
What am I serious? What do you mean? I got it, motherfucker.
Where's the inner sleeve? You just pulled it out of a jacket.
Oh yeah.
All right, remember who you talking to. Hey,
You over there.
Sans McGee over there.
Wait a minute, I
Yeah.
got the fucking jacket.
Yeah, yeah. you
Slippy
might wanna
Mittens.
tell you-
Slippy Mittens Altini over there.
Oh, he almost dropped it.
There I go.
Oh, wow. Okay. My apology. You do have the inner sleeve.
How clean is it? Is it scratched up or is it okay?
The record?
I bet it's got
Yeah.
pizza sauce on it.
It's not Pat Lucero clean, that's for sure.
No, what do
No.
you think? It's like I got
Uh-oh.
snuff
I see
marks.
scratches.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
No, actually, it's probably
50
just
years old though.
fucking dirt and shit. You know.
So is Mike's underwear.
Well, I just found something the other day. I don't know if you guys would have been interested in this album, but it was Buddy Guy. Not Buddy Guy. Buddy
Miles.
Buddy Miles. Them Changes. I had that as an 8-track when I was a kid, and I saw him at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and it's the first time I've ever seen a drum set front the band. Yeah, he's up there. He's up there with the tank top on. Big guy too. huge afro in front of the entire band playing the drums and singing.
Wow.
And
Cool.
that was a really cool concert. Yeah.
Sound like Billy Preston.
20 miles with Santana.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've seen that. Yeah.
I have that record somewhere.
Damn, that's beat to shit.
Remember how old it is and who had it. You know, back then I didn't give a fuck. I got the record, couldn't wait to
Still
go
don't.
play it.
Still don't.
I still don't.
Back then.
Back, yeah, right. Back then,
Well,
I didn't care about my records.
I still don't. But,
That's right.
but the whole thing is, in the 70s, we got the record. You couldn't wait to go play it, and then you probably all fucked up listening to it, right?
Throw up.
Holding a slice in one hand and trying to put the needle on the other.
Look, I remember for these two Kiss freaks, I remember when I first got double platinum. Of course, I was a little kid, you know, and I was at my aunt's listening to it. My parents had just bought it for me, and I had I took a fishing pole, and I was, of course, acting like Paul Stanley, and I decided that I was going to smash my guitar and accidentally hit the jacket, and it put a hole in the first LP, you know. So that was my double platinum.
Then you called it a promo copy.
That's right. It's
No, with a hole in it.
it's got a hole in it.
Wow.
No, not the jacket, in the actual record, you know.
Do you still have it?
Oh
No,
shit.
No.
So what year did that album come out?
It came out in 78.
78.
It was my first year of college,
Wow.
right? Because I was lucky
Damn.
enough to see this in '76 at
He was like Rodney Dangerfield back to school.
right. I was with Kiss in Jersey City,
Wow.
right? And that wasn't such a great show. You know, everybody talks about it, but it really wasn't a great show because it was all day long. You had Jay Guile, you had Bob Seger.
Is that the stadium show?
Yeah.
That's available on video, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just the quality sucks. But it's not a stadium like you would think, like Giant Stadium.
Right.
It was a small amateur baseball stadium,
Right.
right? And the thing was,
great.
they learned a lot of lessons playing there. The stage was so high that they looked small,
Hmm.
right? So I think they rethought everything because
Right.
it wasn't that great of a show. It was pretty disappointing. You know, but I got all
Wow.
that shit from there. I got the first program.
Mm-hmm.
I got that. I got a T-shirt from there. I got a poster, the Spirit of '76 poster from there.
Do you still have the
Right.
shirt?
I probably still have the shirt because I saved my shirts.
Hmm.
And
That'd be something to see.
a few months later,
I see that look on Jason's face.
1977, right? A few months later, they played at Madison Square Garden for the first time,
Right.
and I caught
Rock and roll overture.
and I caught Paul Stanley's guitar.
Incredible.
The three of us later are gonna message Mikey. So, hey, what about that shirt?
You still got that shirt?
The
Yeah.
shirts,
McVeigh, how old are you?
I don't get rid of shirts because
51.
I watch it,
51.
you know.
Yep.
Well, you know, I ran into a guy that was essentially homeless. He was staying in a little almost shack behind a friend of mine's house. And he says to me, he goes, "Hey, remember that? You know about the Monterey Pop Festival, don't you?" I go, "Well, yeah, sure." He goes, "Remember when Hendrix lit that guitar on fire, the lighting fluid, and was doing all of this, and he busted it up when he was done. He flung it out in the guitar." And I go, "The guitar." He flung it out to the audience. And I go, "Yeah, I remember that." And he goes, "You remember what the guy looked like that reached up out of the crowd and grabbed it?" And I go, "Yeah, some blonde-headed guy, long hair, kind of a blonde beard." He goes, "This guy standing there, blonde hair, long blonde beard." And he goes, "That was me." I go, I
What?
almost had a heart attack, you know. I go, "You've got to be kidding me. You don't still have that, do you?" And he goes, "Yeah, I do. It's down at Road Grande, my other place, where I've been staying." I mean, I was going out of my mind, you know. What I wouldn't have given to found a way to get that thing, you know.
Can you imagine what that would pull in an auction?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but the whole thing is to try to get that thing verified.
Yeah.
You know?
well,
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't know with pictures.
It's got serial numbers on it.
Yeah, it might not have been as hard as you think, you know, but I don't know.
Wow.
Well, that's pretty wild.
Yeah. I could not believe it. When they
That would probably be the most iconic Hendrix item, would it not?
It might just very well be, yeah.
Because I mean, look at all the posters and prints that were made of that. When he did that.
Yeah. Right.
Wow.
Well, anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Exactly.
Call it a night or what?
Huh?
Well, yeah, it's been a great show, man. I want to thank you guys. This has been, exceeding all my expectations. This has really been fun.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks for
Absolutely.
having me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have got to see Mikey break a record, so that was really cool. I enjoyed that.
I can't believe that happened.
Jason,
I know.
Jason, I'd like to have you back more. Anytime, buddy.
Invite me anytime you ask, man. I'll be happy. As long as I'm here, I'll be happy to come on.
Hey, wait, while you're here, can I show Jason that lick it up thing that I got?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Hold on a second.
Yeah,
Royce,
this is cool.
Royce, at some point when you have like a couple of hours to spare, really go
Yes.
watch Kiss My Collectibles. Jason and his guys they show some incredible stuff, things that you would have never seen, and it's just it opens your eyes to the whole Kiss world.
Now that
I've
we're
got
friends,
that-
you'll
I've
see
got
me
that
post.
written down. When is their show? I mean, when did they do it?
Well, we don't have a regular scheduled time. It's just whenever we do an episode. And now that we're friends, you'll know because I'll post about
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
there's that was our original
Ah.
show. It was originally Kiss My Wax, and then we kind of ran out of stuff to talk about with the vinyl, and then so we moved it to all Kiss Collectibles.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Jason,
no,
right?
that's fun.
I'm ready. I kind of see what it is already.
Well, this was the original photograph of the Lick It Up album when they just recently superimposed Vinnie Vincent.
On the mannequin.
They
On the
superimposed-
mannequin, yeah.
And here you go.
Look at that, man.
Amazing.
Untouched. Look at Paul's watch.
Amazing.
Rolex is still there. Now, if you look, let me see, is it over? What side is
It's on the right side, I think, Mike.
Let me.
Dear God, is that in a frame?
It is.
No, not the right way.
Of course not. Anyway, I took it out of the frame.
Please be careful.
Don't
Yeah.
drop it.
Over here you have where they say M plus E minus. In other words, to put more magenta in there,
Yeah.
to put more yellow in, that would be right over here.
Wow. That's incredible, man.
Now, what do you think that would take price-wise, Jason? In your
There's no
opinion?
telling. In
Look at
today's,
That's the original.
On the back it says, "Do not take," and the file number of it, because this was at a thing called Studio One, which was down on Hudson Street, Manhattan. In this building, it was like an advertising agency. Because everybody was using advertising agencies to do
Right.
their album cover. So on one floor was photography, and if you can see in the back here, hold on a second. There's this shit. Let me. Can you see this?
now come up a little bit. There you go.
Yeah.
There's still stuff in the background.
Oh yeah.
They just put a sheet behind them, and they have all this stuff down here. I thought it was a guitar tuner because it used to be a chord. It used to be a
Right.
guitar tuner that was a strobe.
Right.
That's what this looks like. But fuck, who knows what the fuck?
So what would you call that? Like a printer's proof kind of a thing, or
Yeah. Right.
So on the first floor,
a photo proof or something?
It's a photo proof is what I would think, not a printer's proof.
the
Gotcha.
second floor was all artists, and they got they would get the photos, and they were told what to do. You know, there was a guy who was, you got to add more color. Then they They would add the color, then they would, the next floor would airbrush it. Because
Right.
if you see Paul Stanley's hair, it looks like he's got a bird's nest on his head.
Right.
Okay?
Jeez.
His hug has got white in it,
Yeah, for sure.
and
Yeah.
and this the thing is, it's horrible.
What is that made out of, Mike?
It's all cardboard. It's called Bainbridge board,
Huh.
a cold press finish. That's what it's called,
Cold press
That's
finish. Wow.
That's interesting.
right? So they do the airbrushing on another thing, then they do the printing on the next floor of just photographs, and then the next floor they did the the album covers themselves.
How did
So how
you
long have you
acquire
had that?
this? Yeah.
My friend, he was actually 16 years old when he got hired as an artist to work for Studio One. He knew that I liked Kiss. He had no idea who Kiss was.
Hmm.
What?
So he said he didn't
Grow up under a rock?
makeup.
Where the fuck is he from?
They're not going to wear makeup on their next album cover because I'm doing the artwork on it. I'm doing the airbrushing on it. I said, oh, wow, I'd love to see a fucking picture of it. He says, I'll bring you a picture tomorrow. So I'm thinking he's going to give me a photograph. He stole the fucking file.
God.
Wow.
He says, can I have it back? I said, fucking no.
Fucking no.
I lost it.
Yeah.
Nope, you're not getting it back. I gave him $50.
Oh.
And that was it. I gave him $50 and that was it. He said, okay, great, thank you.
That's a heck of a piece right there, man.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you go? I'm going to get rid of it. I'm gonna
Oh.
get rid of this.
Let me give you my my mailing address, Mike.
I'm not throwing it in the dumpster today. No, for the
I mean,
right-
you know, definitely.
I'll trade you some
several-
Twisted Sister stuff.
Great.
He's got a rare Twisted Sister 45 that's got pizza sauce on it.
There we go.
Hell yeah, I do.
Jason, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, I would say easily, $3,000.
I was thinking
Whoa.
that, dude. That's funny
Whoa.
you said that.
Wow.
Yeah, easily.
Wow.
I mean, it's one of a
I
kind,
agree.
really.
And I was going to let it go for like $1,000.
Oh,
I said
no.
easily 300,
Oh, wow.
400.
Yeah, it would easily go for 300.
You know what? I'm going to tell you what. I said $900, $1,000. Somebody I know, definitely, and somebody I don't know, then forget it. You know.
Yeah.
I'll trade you a Louis Armstrong album for it.
So,
Damn.
Do you take traveler's checks?
Traveler's checks and a secret.
How about Bitcoin?
Look, May, I pulled out Lick It Up to look at it. Just grab, I have like 25 back here, and it's the
Right.
Icelandic.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
jeez.
I was just telling Pat the other day. I have what was it, Pat? I said, why is it? Oh, it's the Animalize from Japan, and I go, why has it got a Casablanca label? I've always wondered. Like, I've got those records from South Africa and all that, and they still use the Casablanca label on those those pressings. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
What are they, bootlegs?
No.
No, they're official pressings.
No, just label stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overstock label stock, and that's
Yeah.
what they used. So
So anyway, the only thing that this thing does have some damage. I mean, because it is over 30.
I don't think that matters.
Really?
No.
No, I don't think so. No,
I mean, it looks great.
The story is what it is, and the story is what's important. There's nothing really wrong with the actual image itself.
It's not ripped.
The
or
only
anything like
thing that I would wonder is this the only one, or were there like 4 or 5 of them?
Well,
Were multiple people working on them? That kind of thing. 'Cause
Well,
the first-
when they would write like, oh, this needs more magenta or needs more cyan or whatever, it until they get it right, that's how many there is.
No, yeah,
Right.
true.
But there could be multiple copies that they sent, to here's a copy sent to Paul and Gene to look at. Here's a copy. They have 2 or 3 art guys that are working, and everybody makes their own notes, or that could be the only one. I don't know.
Usually in printing, there's usually just one.
You think?
Yeah, especially in that era.
Jeff wants to know, is Vinnie Vincent really a mannequin on the cover? Tell him the story how that came about.
What? The Vinnie Vincent was superimposed on.
Yeah, he superimposed on the cover.
Yeah, it was just, what do you call it?
They used his
Well, you could
head.
really tell on that. You could really tell on that one.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, because it's like the shittiest job ever.
Can you see the pole where the mannequin was standing up? Look
That's
between
not-
Vinny's legs.
Wait, that's not a pole. That is his belt.
I'm going to leave the joke out.
He's full of them tonight, folks.
See the belt? That's the leather straps that came down.
Yeah, sure it is.
Which is not on the final
Right.
album. Yeah.
Interesting.
And he's wearing blue jeans here, like they're blue.
Yeah,
and
they blackened them in.
black.
Yeah, they're black and yeah.
And the face on Paul's watch is blacked out
That's right.
On the
On the
on
roll.
the album. Yeah, on the Rolex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different shit on here that,
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That is
Yeah.
an amazing piece, dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
Crazy.
I'd like to own it.
it was
Right,
really.
Vinyl's here to stay. I mean, there's no question about that.
Oh, yeah. I never stopped collecting vinyl. There was never a time I didn't have vinyl.
I never stopped collecting Kiss vinyl, for sure.
Yeah, same here. So it's
even when
that's a
even-
never-ending thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Even when I stopped collecting Kiss for about 10 years, I still, had my vinyl. And,
Yeah.
so really the Sonic Boom era is when I really started collecting Kiss merch again, and it was really brought on by those Sonic Boom records that came out, and I just started buying stuff back up again.
Hey, so out of those official pressings, the black vinyl version of that is the hardest one, correct?
Of what?
On the Sonic Booms?
Well, I wouldn't say the black vinyl is the hardest because it was pressed in the same numbers. I would say the versions that are the black vinyl that were signed.
Well, see, mine, I have a signed black vinyl, and the poster is also signed that comes with it.
Right. Those are the rarest. But they did 1,000 of each, so there was 5,000 total records.
because those were specially packaged for weren't those for the convention?
Yeah, or Kiss, or maybe Kiss Army Warehouse, or whoever.
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
we were using back then.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did those. They took some off of the lot of 1,000, I believe, and had the band sign them and sold them on the website and in the conventions and stuff, or the expos and stuff like that. So, I guess theoretically, there's less, black vinyl. But yeah, when they came out, like when I bought mine, they were like $20 a piece, or you could buy the whole set for like $119.
Yeah,
like it was
man, I wish I could go back and do that.
I did. That's exactly what got me back into it. So I bought all of them, and but there was 1,000 of each. I remember specifically. So there's
So Royce, if you don't know, they pressed it on 4 different colors, and
No.
made 1,000 of each, and
Wow.
and
And
at
a
the
black.
time,
There's
yeah,
5.
and a black, and at the time,
It's 2009. Vinyl was nothing.
yeah, but
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
you were
Right.
looking at what was it, $25, $30 per record, and you
5 a piece, I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
now they're
you-
like 300 or 400 each, right?
Easy.
yeah, but at the time you're like, well, I'm not spending $25 on
I know, right?
vinyl.
Yeah.
That's highway robbery.
insane.
Yeah, who pays
Right.
$25 for records?
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
Nobody.
And now you look at it,
Crazy, man. Thank you.
just
I'm
incredible.
learning
Incredible.
a lot here tonight.
Well, you learn a lot of Kiss stuff, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we could
yeah.
talk your head off about Kiss
Yeah,
all
we
day
go
long.
Oh,
on
yeah.
forever there.
And that's okay because I was kind of a slow starter there.
Look, see, even Jeff Davison just said I could kick myself for not getting a Sonic Boom vinyl.
Oh, you know what, Jason? I did the same thing. When I first saw him, I went, okay, I'll get because I got the black one that's signed and all that. And I go, well, I'll go back to get the other ones. And they
Gone.
sold out. Gone.
Oh, yeah. Like 2 days.
Yeah, and I was like, God!
Gone.
I'm missing the purple and the black.
I have the purple and the blue, so I'm missing the red and the green.
I've got them all. So because I still have the sales receipt too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, where I got all 5 of them at the same time in a bundle. Because it was a little, I think it was a little off if you bought the bundle. I think.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it was like
they offered a special.
119. I think it was like 119, which they
my
would have been
gosh.
like 125 or something like that. Woo! Thanks, Gene.
You're like,
And
oh
now,
my gosh,
like I said, they're like
$100?
easily $300 or $400 a piece now.
Oh, easy.
Easy.
I seen a Gene go for like 6 one time.
Jeez.
There are some crazies out there. So.
Yeah.
But it's because people like us.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
You guys thinking when they retire next year that the stuff is gonna still sell like it's selling? Because to me, with old Paul Stanley selling every fucking thing, his shoelaces, everything is flooding the market. Fucking Gene's not really selling a lot of shit. He just lowered the price on his vault. He wants to get rid of them. Right, Eric?
Right.
What's he's selling drumsticks and shit, and Doc's still selling all his shit.
Whole station.
It's a great album.
So
I really enjoyed
I think
this.
the market's going to buy it.
Yeah, I think. Well, it's an interesting discussion, and we talk about it on Collectibles all the time, about what this market is going to do for Kiss, and it seems the general consensus is we've got about a maybe 10 years left of good, and then the market is really going to be flooded when all of the the 55-year-olds are 65-year-olds, and they don't want to have trinkets and puzzles and shit in their house anymore, and they're gonna.
I'm a 62-year-old, and I'm trying to get
right. You're right. You're about to play that.
64
you
here.
get all of these collectors that have large collections are going to dump it and flood the market, and then, nothing. It can do nothing but go down.
Well, let me ask you this: like right now, I've got a Showbeam cartridge, and I've been approached by several people to buy it. And I don't really want to sell it because it's the one I had when I was a kid. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, it's just hear me out for a second. It's how big that thing is. It's one little item in a grand scheme of collectibles. Technically, if I sold it, I probably wouldn't miss it, so to speak.
Sure.
Oh, you'll miss it once you sold it.
No, I know. That's what I was gonna say. But I got offered a pretty nice price for it. But
What,
then again, if I
$1,500?
right at that.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, if I sold it, then I'll eventually spend that money on other shit. But I enjoy having that piece in my collection.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a conundrum because guys, your age, my age, because I'm 46, you're 51. We still want to have all of this stuff in our house.
Sure.
But now is the time in the.
I've got Mego dolls for sale, people.
That's right. Now is the time to sell, because vintage coin merchandise is through the effing roof, man.
You ain't
through
kidding
the
me.
roof.
Yeah.
Seeing those Halloween costumes that I bought 10 years ago when I was rebuying all my stuff, I think I paid $75 a piece for them. They're going for. I think we saw one on eBay sell for like $1,400 a
Dude, the Peter Criss one. The Peter Criss one is the most expensive one I've seen.
Of course,
and the highest I've seen one was like almost $1,600 for that thing.
That's ridiculous.
And I'm looking at it right here in my case, going,
That's ridiculous. Yeah,
God.
It's through the roof, and it's like it's a phenomenon for like the last 12 to 18 months, where it's just gone through. It's impossible. Through the roof.
You could have a hell of a time in Jamaica for that.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking, now that I think about it, I think Keith LaRue started this thing because Kenny's got that auction thing.
The auction page, yeah.
And then when Keith came up and he had so much more shit to offer, I think it started a fire.
No, but look, Jason and I have this conversation all the time.
Before.
Yeah, look, on the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot of stuff. It may
Not when you're
seem
talking
like-
about a worldwide fan base. No.
Yeah, yeah.
What we're talking about here, Altini, is more vintage stuff, because what Keith is doing is having Paul sign all these 2014 vinyl reissues. He does have some stuff he's pulling out of Paul's house and vault and all of that, these acetates and stuff. But generally speaking, it's a bunch of 2014 records, Soul Station, that kind of stuff that is signed. But I'm talking about vintage merch.
Hey,
Caitlin.
Hey, guys.
Like
But you guys also, Paul's not really accessible, so to speak. So, there's
makes it great
the flip on it.
Makes it great for the people that have never ever met this guy to just go, hey man, I'll buy that right now. Yeah.
Paul is inaccessible now to get your own personal autographs. Completely inaccessible.
Right.
Pat, we lost you, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I have his autograph on a few albums.
Yeah.
And stuff. This is before the whatever they're doing on these auctions. And people sell them. All I need is Gene Simmons on mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to
find what, Mike, your Killers, isn't it?
Oh, my Kiss Killers. Jason, you ain't gonna believe this.
Tell me.
I'm up at SIR Studios, right?
Uh-huh.
With and there's Gene, Paul, and Eric Carr. Okay. Now I'm in SIR Studios on 54th Street. There's one on 52nd, but I'm in 54th. It's the rehearsal where it's $20 an hour.
Right.
The Stones were there the day before. I had
wow.
Yeah, and by the way, the Stones were there the day before. They left their locker open. So I took Ron Wood's sketches. He had these sketches. So I took them. And what do you call it? And I had his guitar in my hand with the prisms. It's a brown or a gold Les Paul. And it had these prisms. And I said to my friend who was working there, I said, why don't we just take it? He goes, oh yeah, like they won't know it's us.
Oh man.
Anyway, Kiss coming in the next day. They were trying out guitar players. I always get mixed because I'm old. I get mixed up between John's at St. John, whatever the fuck his name.
Mark St. John.
Mark St. John.
So he came before Vinnie Vincent, right?
He was after.
Oh, okay. And I got it right because they were trying out for Vinnie Vincent, and they were bringing in people from all over the country, and they were lining up and stuff. And I was there when Vinnie Vincent was actually trying out. So anyway,
wow.
I have my Kiss Killers album. Now that was an import.
Right.
It was on Polygram, right?
Yeah.
And only one record store in Manhattan had it, right? And they would call me up and they said, any new Kiss stuff comes in, they know the Kiss guy. And I got it. So I brought it up and I said to Gene and Paul, and I said, hey, would you guys mind signing my album? And they said, sure. You got a pen? I said, no. So they did it in a ballpoint pen. So it was Gene, Eric, and Paul. But Gene goes to me, where'd you get this? Like he was mad. And I said, J&R Music World. He goes, motherfucker! I go, oh, what the fuck did I do? I said, what the fuck did I do? He says, this motherfuckers. He said, we're suing Polygram.
What?
We're suing Polygram, and these motherfuckers are bringing this, selling shit they're not supposed to be selling. So I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck did I just start here? Because he's wrong and mad, right? So I'm going, what can I say? I said, what do you have? He goes, we're going to court tomorrow. I said, you can take my album, use it as evidence, okay? Or they just broke out laughing. Because, I'm a 20-year or 22-year-old guy.
Right.
Shit in his pants.
I just made the demon mad.
Right. So
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Yeah, so I have that album. Somebody fucking
Stole it from you.
stole it from me. Yeah. You know, you lend out albums.
That's because you were trying to steal the Stones shit.
right. I said it came back to
Karma.
I still got Ron Wood sketches.
You still have them right now.
Wow.
I still have them. Yes, it doesn't say, but I can't prove it. It doesn't. There's nothing signed by him. They were just like shitty sketches.
Well, show one on the show, and I'm sure Ron's company will get in touch with you and say, yes, those were his.
What? Yeah, what are you setting me up to? Fucking, you go to the big house, you prick?
Hang on, I'm just going to text Rod Stewart. He's good friends with you. Hang on.
Oh, really? Fell for that one.
Well, you know, they have handwriting experts, wouldn't they have sketch experts?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, if he doodles all the time, I'm sure those things are like in some sort of a book or something, so you could match it up.
Well, you know what it's?
Yeah, it's just like John Lennon, same thing.
Yeah.
It was a big, one was like a stick figure, and it was funny. It said "God Save the Queen" on it. And it was a stick figure of this crazy woman. And then he had one that said looking out the window of some at some hotel in France. And
I heard he had one also. There was a guy standing in the water, and there was a fish, and he goes, "Ow, my dick!"
And then there's this other one where he's got this guy with a record and he broke it.
Yeah.
Broken 10-inch record right there.
Yeah, buddy. I really
Yeah.
have to go find that. I gotta find it somewhere.
This is unbelievable. I can't believe you broke that thing.
Yeah, from 1950. So
Are we still talking about that?
if I'm 62, right?
Yeah.
It's almost 70.
Well, think how long he's had that record. It lasted all this time until tonight.
It lasted almost as long as the show.
Well, at least you have it on video.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a highlight tape
Yeah.
for Royce.
I'm gonna go back and watch it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't even know how it happened. Did it slip out of your hand?
Nah, fucking. I held it on
broke?
the end because somebody said, "Is it really unbreakable?" And what I did was I held
I
it on
know.
Jason said
It was
that.
like,
I
it
did
was
not
almost
say
like-
that.
It was almost like on cue when someone said
I
that.
asked if it was
I
shellac.
thought it was like a joke or something.
I just went like this with it. Boom.
Wow.
But you know what? It cracked like perfectly. Maybe if
Right.
Gorilla Glue there.
See, actually, right before it happened, I asked you if you remember. I said, "Does it feel brittle in your hands?"
Yes,
And you
right.
said, you said,
That's right,
"No,
that's
no."
right. Oh, that thing's solid. He's like, "This thing's solid."
I was picturing it like I'm picturing somebody. Hey!
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So yes, they made records early on out of
Shellac.
some of them they made out of shellac, and then it's a real brittle kind of substance, and over the years it really gets brittle.
Well, you know what?
And-
That might explain why when I played it, it sounded like no shit in the record.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shellac. It was terrible for reproduction of any kind of music at all. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
So-
that explains a lot. And you know what? If I just get a copy of the record that's on vinyl,
Yeah.
I'll be happy.
Well, Mikey could start a new show called Broken Wax. Is it vinyl or not?
That's right. See, this one shatters. Opa!
Yeah.
Yeah, opa!
180 gram my ass.
Oh man.
You get him to throw him up in the air and shoot him with a 6-shooter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
Yeah,
too
some of
bad.
those feel like they're made out of clay too, like this, like this particular one down here. I think this is made out of clay. These 78s.
I'm sure there. You got some 78s there, Pat?
Yeah, yeah. Hold on.
I bet they're shellac. Yeah, like sometimes if you go into like a not a thrift store, but like an antique mall store or something like that, and flip through 78s, you'll see a lot of them will have big chunks out of them. You know, it's
Oh
really
yeah,
sitting
I
on
have
the
seen
side.
that actually.
Yeah, they'll be sitting on
Yeah.
the sides, and it's just because they just get brittle over the years. So
No, this one
Wow.
here. I believe one of these is broken, like what you were saying, Jason.
yeah.
What the
You know, I
made out of clay?
You know, I brought that
the
acetate recording out earlier. You can tell acetate from vinyl. The smell is different too.
Absolutely, totally different, totally
smell.
different material. Yeah.
Well, that's like acetone, right? It smells like cocaine.
Well, it's not really acetone. That's just the name. It's a lacquer.
Hey, Pat.
That is shellac, Pat, for sure.
Pat,
Beautiful.
is it brittle?
You could tell, Jason, because of the shine,
Don't do
huh?
that. I'm serious. Don't do that. It may shatter in your hands.
Dude, that'd be the second one on the show. That's cool.
See, you'll notice in those shellac records, you can take a piece of vinyl and you can kind of flap it, in the
I always
air,
used to take my vinyl and go, because you used to make a wicked noise.
Right. Yeah, back in the 70s, they were like 120 gram. They were really cheap, and you could
Really thin,
with
yeah.
them.
Yeah, see?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, vinyl will never break like that.
Wait.
That's shellac.
Hey, Royce, doesn't this
Yeah.
remind you of the Marathon Man? Is it safe? Right? Is it safe? Is it brittle?
Pat, you could hurt somebody with that.
Do you have the other piece, Pat?
Oh man.
Fling at people.
Chick Edge.
It's totally reminds
Chick
Boy, you're really dating yourself,
Edge.
Grandpa. Martinizing.
He bought that with traveler's checks.
I did.
Well, at least Pat's album's still good. You could play the last 3 songs.
That's right. That's correct.
Hey,
Yeah, this thing
That's awesome.
this thing weighs a ton.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
heavy. They're heavy
This
as
is
hell.
this is a box set of, I don't even know what this is. What does it say?
5.
I almost
5
bought
what?
that Glenn Miller
5 feet
album.
of swing.
Oh,
I've
So,
got
you can get your swing on.
Madam Butterfly.
Be the thing if it ain't got that swing.
Worth more.
shellac. I thought they were always made out of clay.
By the way, Pat, Julia wants to know, what does it smell like?
Smells like the
What
U.S.
does it smell like?
Yeah, it's got it's weird when you open this. I mean, this thing is.
Caitlin's laughing.
I'm sorry. No, I'm
it's-
not. Puppet.
It's old, so there's definitely like an older smell to it.
Like Grandpa old or what?
No, like
Hey.
storage old, like just from.
Dancing, hey.
Mothball?
Grandpa's smell. I resemble that smell.
Nah.
Wait, Mike, did you just say mothballs?
Huh?
Mike, did you just say mothballs?
No, Pat said mothballs.
No mothballs.
No, I said mothballs.
How do you smell the ones? What, do you lift up their wing?
No, he waits till they land on his nose.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
No, these came from.
Not the Glenn Millers.
Yeah, they did.
Uh-oh. Get his ass, Carol.
I didn't notice that. I love it. They go. They it's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots over there.
All right. So, for a history lesson, at
Well,
first,
guys and girls, I think I'm going to call it for the night.
what?
Wait, we're gonna get a history lesson. Hold on a second.
Yeah, hang on, real quick.
Just a sentence. It
In
just
fact, you don't
says,
need me anyway.
at first, the discs were commonly made from shellac. And then it talks about some kind of abrasive filler mixed in, with earlier records having a fine abrasive filler mixed in. Starting in the 40s, polyvinyl chloride became common, hence the name vinyl. So in the 40s is when they started using what we commonly know as vinyl now. Before that, they were made out of shellac.
Well, polyvinyl chloride, PVC, right? I mean,
Correct.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Isn't that the bad stuff for the atmosphere?
Well, it's probably what your water lines come to your house in.
Oh, I don't know. It's just PVC pipe.
PVC pipe.
PVC, yeah.
Calm down there, Mr. Nature.
Usually white, but they make it
Mr.
in red
Nature.
for other utilities and an orange for fire
Oh,
sprinklers
that's Julie.
and yellow for gas lines.
Take it easy there, Bob Vila.
Yeah.
Bob Vila. That's dating you too.
This old house.
Contractors
Yeah.
off.
Look at Hey, I got to answer a question. Would you like to let everyone know what Paul Stanley's carpet smells like?
Well, you have a piece of it there.
Smell.
Wait, he froze. Or did he just fall asleep? You fell asleep. Did you?
Who?
Mike, you froze.
No, I was reading a question.
When
Could you please repeat that?
What does Paul Stanley's carpet smell like, McVeigh?
Kind of like a
question,
pleasant potpourri.
Potpourri. There you go.
What?
smells like toe fungus.
Come on. What are you? You got shit face. It looks like you're taking a shit.
What are you talking about?
But you keep on fucking. You're SpongeBob, and then you don't know it.
Y'all have my sister.
Am I SpongeBobbing?
I don't see it.
I saw you.
I don't either.
Right after you read that question, because it cut off part of the question.
You froze because you went. Julie wants to know when Paul Stanley's.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's exactly right. But you're not now. You're fine.
Do you want answers? Read and answer.
At least I didn't break my record.
Oh, fucking kiss my colon, all right?
Kiss my colon.
That's another website.
This sister's trying not to pee her pants. Keep going.
Not pee your pants, all right? All right?
There you go.
Go get your Depends on, woman.
Damn.
I know. It's not me. It's my sister. I
Oh,
promise.
your sister's peeing her pants?
No, you're doing a great job of making it happen.
That's my job in life. To make you.
Because Mike is a big fan of that, so go for it.
Gee, smile.
Well, she went into the Temple of Doom.
They don't call him PP King for nothing.
Wow. You see what you got yourself into, Royce?
What's that?
Yeah.
You see what you got yourself
You
into?
regret it now, don't you?
This is not the show that I signed up for.
So, somehow records went into this.
You know, it actually is the show I signed up for.
Yeah, okay.
But this is what they say. Here we go. We go right into the toilet.
Yeah.
And on that note,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get us out of this.
Yeah, and on that
Oh
note.
man, this is awesome.
Royce, get us out of here.
Get us
Okay.
out of here, Royce.
Okay, thank you, everybody. We're gonna sign off. I appreciate all your help. You guys and girls made the show. No two ways about it.
Thanks
I'd
for
like to
having
wish
us.
all the moms and dads
thanks
out
for having
there
us.
a good happy Father's Day tomorrow.
Very soon.
yeah, happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Father's
Have a
Day.
wonderful Father's
Yeah.
Day, all.
Okay, thank you. All right, see y'all. I'm going to end the broadcast.
Bye, guys.
And
Yes, sir.
Jason, appreciate
Bye.
you, man.
Where's the camera? Oh, there we go.
Thank you. I appreciate it too,
Bye,
man.
everybody in the chat.
Royce,
Okay.
take us backstage.
Still-
Royce.
Still a good crowd in the chat.
What?
Take us backstage.
What?
Take us backstage. That's
Yeah,
another
get
one.
backstage.
That's another one I haven't learned yet. Let's see. How do we go backstage? Let me figure this out.
Wait,
I
Royce.
think you just end broadcast.
Just end
Yeah,
the
just-
broadcast.
Just end the
first.
broadcast. Just
Okay.
end the live.
And we'll still be here.
I ended the broadcast.
Stop it going live. We